This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska. This broadcast is presented by Currency. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? All you need is Currency. Visit gocurrency.com. Faith Regional Health Services. When you need exemplary care, have faith. And by Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank is always ready to lend a hand in the communities that they serve. Log on to MidwestBank.com to find out more.
If you're playing football in June, there are two reasons. One, you're extremely passionate about the sport, or two, you're really, really good at it. Or in the case of the athletes we'll see today, both. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Nebraska Public Power District matchup today. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need them. It is the 11th annual Northeast Nebraska All-Star Football Classic featuring the red against the white. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. Lou, this definitely fits the definition of all-star, all-state athletes here, future college athletes here, all suiting it up one more time in what has been a tremendous game over the years. Don't expect anything different today.
Well, first of all, I thought this was a regular season game. It's 70. I feel drops of rain. It feels like football season, but yeah, this is always a great, fun time. A lot of really good football players on both sides, so it's going to be very competitive. It's a little bit bittersweet, though, because a lot of guys are playing their last game ever, but it's going to be great memories and great football here today.
We've got two 11-man football teams with two 8-man head coaches. You'll hear from them and our All-Star sideline reporter, Andrew Pfeiffer. Next, you're watching the Northeast Nebraska All-Star Football Classic on News Channel Nebraska.
Pregame show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCo.com.
Many women might not know that physical therapy is an option to treat many women's health issues. At Faith Regional, that's a priority. Let's meet one of the physical therapists who deals with those conditions. I'm joined now by Kylie Baumert, a physical therapist with Faith Regional Health Services. Kylie, you have specialties in both treating Parkinson's and women's health. Let's focus on women's health. That's a really broad topic. What are some of the conditions you look to treat?
Some of the common diagnoses that we see are pelvic pain, urinary incontinence, pelvic organ prolapse, osteoporosis, and then diagnoses in pregnancy and postpartum, which could be pain or complications from delivery and things like that.
How can physical therapy help with treating those conditions?
So there's stress incontinence and there's urge incontinence. And sometimes with urge incontinence, they might not even be having the leaking, but with both, it's usually a problem of retraining the bladder and strengthening the pelvic floor muscles. So I instruct them in those exercises and kind of bring awareness to those muscles.
So when you talk about outcomes, what are the possible positive outcomes?
Preventing surgery is one of the main ones, especially with prolapse. We've had some women come in where they were thinking they were probably going to be surgical candidates or we're just going to have to deal with it forever, and we ended up improving it to the point where that was not even in question. Some other outcomes are being able to go about your daily life without having any of these issues, especially leaking. I feel like that's something that women don't like to deal with on a daily basis. It impacts your social outings. You're afraid to even leave the house. So getting that to the point where you have none is pretty incredible. And we deal with that all the time.
When you see those positive outcomes achieved as a provider, what's that like for you?
It's very exciting. I mean, as a woman with 4 kids, I know of a lot of these issues and I know how much they can impact your life. So don't think that you should have to deal with these things all the time.
Well, Kylie, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Storefronts, pop-up shops, food trucks, and digital retail. The way we do business is ever changing, and so are we. Madison County Bank's business lending team is constantly evolving to support and provide new information to our business and commercial customers. We understand that your business is truly unique. We are ready to find the business banking services that fit your needs best. Madison County Bank, here to help you grow.
Hey folks, well, it's a beautiful day for some high school football just in the beginning of June. I'm here with head coach of the white team, Corey Velasek. And coach, you've been here a couple of years before under Coach Mark Bramer. What's it like taking the reins and coaching a game of your own today?
Oh, it's been a lot of fun. It's been fun working with these kids all week long. There's a lot of great kids here that have represented their schools awesome all week long, and I expect them to do that again here today.
And now, Coach, I mean, you only are given a very minimal amount of time, that is, to get a team ready, get practice going with players that you haven't coached yet. But what's it like getting a team together and forming up a game plan in that short amount of time?
Yeah, I mean, we've had 5 practices, but these are all state type kids, and they have great character and they pick things up quick. The kids we've worked with this week pick things up so much faster than the younger kids back home, and they're all stars for a reason.
And Coach, I mean, you've only had those 5 days of practice. I mean, what's it going to take to get the win today?
Well, we'll have to be physical. We'll have to go out and have fun. We'll have to do our jobs. These guys haven't played. Some of these guys didn't know each other before Monday, so just getting everybody on the same page and executing at a high level. Our coaches have done a great job preparing them, and we'll go out and take care of business.
Well, Coach, good luck to you, and have a good game today.
Thank you.
We have more pregame content coming up right here on NCN Sports Now.
One thing about working, we've always had employers that took care of all the health care for us. Navigating that was kind of scary, unknown.
We tried to do it on our own, but weren't too confident with, was this really what we should be doing? Sarah is a very welcoming, warm person, and we really enjoy working with her. We laugh, we giggle.
She presented several scenarios, kind of took over where the employer left off.
See, it's all on who you can trust, right, hon?
Yes, dear.
This is brought to you by Currency. Visit gocurrency.com for details. Region 4 Behavioral Health, affordable, accessible, quality mental health and substance abuse services. And Insurance 365, your local specialist for individualized health insurance plans.
Andrew Pfeiffer down here on the sidelines with the red team's head coach, Coach Mike Hassler. Coach, you talked about earlier this week, you've been here a couple times before, and it hasn't necessarily gone your way, but this time you get a third opportunity to change that. What's it going to take today to be able to get that win?
You know, you bring a bunch of boys together like this that are all seniors that are the best players on their teams. You know, you come in early in the week, and they know their X's and O's, and they know how to play football. So we really tried to focus on building a culture in a week, which is a really difficult thing to do, and we wanted these boys ready to play for each other by today. And you know, I learned a lot from Coach Allen and Coach Spears the 2 years I was an assistant in All-Star games. So took the things that I liked that they did and tried to put my own twist on it. And you know, we had the boys come in and they knew on day one whether they were defense or offense, and we really felt like that helped us maximize our reps and built a little unity on those units. And I really feel like these boys are playing for each other today.
And now, Coach, even with the short amount of days given, I mean, you have to pull an offense together, a defense together, and not only that, you have to pull the culture together. And like you kind of mentioned on previously, how do you think that's been over the course of the last week?
Yeah, I think it's went really well. We tried to just kind of do things where we switched up who they ate with at lunch, and we did some competition in practice to get a little bit of the competitive juices flowing and get those guys cheering for each other. And I really feel like it brought them a lot closer together by this morning.
Now, Coach, I mean, today's the big day. You got any tricks up your sleeve as far as game plan, what you're going to do today?
No, you know, we just talked about stay the course. You know, a lot of football games are one of those turnovers, those penalties, and those special teams, and those are 3 phases that, you know, really decide a lot of football games. And so we tried to put a little extra focus on those 3 areas, and I really feel like if we can take care of our business there, we'll be okay.
Well, thank you, Coach. Good luck today.
All right, thank you, guys.
We'll have more pregame content on NCN Sports Now. Back at Norfolk's Veterans Memorial Field on a April-like day in June. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. We've been here when it's been like 95. Yep. We've had days in the 80s. Today it feels spring-like. There's people wearing jackets. It actually almost feels like a football atmosphere.
Yeah, I got to argue with you. It's more September-ish to me.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. It feels exactly like September 17th. All right, the red team looks like they will be receiving the opening kick. It's essentially a north-south split. Red teams, for the most part, represent the north. White team represents the south teams in the coverage area, which is basically Highway 91 north. That's kind of the northeast Nebraska cutoff line. There are a couple of teams, just for evening it out's sake. Plainview and Osmond end up on the south team, on the white team. Norfolk plays on the white team. Norfolk Catholic and Lutheran High Northeast play on the red team. That was the formula they came up with, 12 years ago, 13 years ago now, when the meeting started, the first game. So long ago, 2013, when the red team beat the white. The white team trying to get back to their dominant ways. They had won 4 in a row prior to last year when the red team was victorious, 42-14. Sam Zazweta of Norfolk set to kick it away for the white team. We are underway in the Northeast Nebraska All-Star Football Classic. And here comes Wiley Ziegler, maybe the most dangerous return man in the history of this game. Certainly in the history of the state of Nebraska, 17 return touchdowns all time, a state record.
Wiley Ziegler's one of those guys, when he touches the football, people stand up because they're waiting for something crazy to happen. And we've seen that. We've covered Wiley Ziegler and watched him take kicks back. He's, as you mentioned, one of the more dangerous players here in this ballgame today.
So the red team will be out first. Their quarterback, Riley Sudbeck of Hartington Newcastle. We'll get you their starters here over the course of this first drive. 1st and 10 from the 23. The handoff goes to Keenan Valverde. How many times have we said that over the last few years? The Pierce grad, 3,750 yards, 50 touchdowns over his career. He gets 8 on his first carry there.
50 touchdowns. Think about that. 50. 5-0. That's a lot of touchdowns. Yeah, Keenan Valverde, though, really came into his own when he was the featured guy in that backfield. He took those reins. Pierce always has great running backs, but Valverde stepped up and really had a special senior year.
We'll be playing football at Dort going forward. Was in the Shrine Bowl last week. Now 2nd down and 2. Handoff goes to Valverde again. Shifts for some extra room and first down yardage out across the 32 to the 34-yard line. That's a gain of 3. And we'll move the sticks. Quickly, the other red starters. We've also seen Clayton Carney of Norfolk Catholic, a wide receiver. Dylan Taylor, Laurel Concord Coleridge, and Dayton Sunbeck of Hartington Newcastle as wide receivers. Tate Collison of Lutheran High Northeast, the tight end, and along the offensive line, Corvin Fritz of Pierce, Jackson Hall, Laurel Concord Coleridge, Drew Davis of Wayne, Brennan Hymas of Wynot, and Ben Soshek of Norfolk Catholic.
That's a lot of familiar names, Eric. We've covered those guys quite a bit in the last 4 years.
1st and 10 now from the 35. The handoff goes to Valverde again. Whether he's playing for Pierce or playing for an all-star team, it's always a steady diet of number 0. Today, he gets 9. It'll be 2nd and short.
You think about it, when you put these teams together and then you bring them here, you've got a week of practice. You got to put offense in, and I know the defense has to play pretty vanilla because you got to allow the offense, it's tougher to get offense in any rhythm in 1 week. But boy, I think if you're, Coach Mike Hassler, you got Valverde, you go Valverde right, Valverde left.
It's pretty simple. Our replay is brought to you by Madison County Bank, here to help you grow. The rules are a little different. Andrew Pfeiffer will be bringing us that later on this quarter. Man in motion is Carney. They fake it to him, and instead, straight up the middle goes Riley Sudbeck, the future Northwestern College football athlete. Did a little bit of everything for the Wildcats. Almost 4,000 yards passing, over 1,600 yards rushing, 84 touchdowns total in his high school career.
Yeah, that's some production there. Riley Sudbeck, Hartington Newcastle, a do-it-all quarterback. Be interested to see where they put him at Northwestern, where he plays. If he's going to play quarterback, if he's going to play maybe defensive back. He's certainly a good athlete who can play anywhere on the field.
Helped the Wildcats make the Class D1 playoffs. 29 teams involved in this All-Star game were playoff teams this past fall. Sudbeck will keep again. He's got blockers on the right side into white territory. Across midfield to the 47. It's a gain of about 4. And it'll be second down and 6, so the red team staying grounded offensively early on.
Yep, moving the ball on the ground. Offensive line doing a good job moving that white defensive line back. You mentioned how many of these players come from playoff teams. I think that's one of the things that stood out to me looking over this roster, because it seemed like everybody was like, oh, they're in the playoffs, they won a state championship. They're very, there's so many. Everybody out here is a good football player, but a lot of players that come from winning programs.
Carson Weisler of Wynot has checked in. He's split wide to the top of your screen. Clayton Carney at the bottom. And now we've got our first flag of the game. Somebody jumped off sides. An all-star referee crew. Stephen Hankla is our main official, calling the false start on the offense. Little movement on the white side, too. You got Connor Kreitkemeyer from Howells Dodge there on the inside with Sam Zizweta of Norfolk High. That's a big defensive line.
Yeah, it really
Kyler
is.
Case of Oakland Craig is in there. You got Blake Henn from Elgin Public Pope John as well. All those guys tip the scales at about 220 plus.
Well, my first dated reference is Clara Beller saying, "Where's the beef?" back in the day. Well, we found it. It's on that defensive line.
It is on the field at Norfolk's Memorial Field. To the air for the first time, almost intercepted, and oh my goodness, Dylan Luking, he saw 6, just couldn't haul it in. It'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah, he had 6 points in his pocket, I think. Wasn't quite. Yeah, he did a nice job. I didn't know if it surprised him. No, he was there. He made a great play. Just did not come up with the interception. If he catches that, that's likely 6 points.
Pass was intended for Dayton Sudbeck. So it'll be 3rd down, about 10 from the 49. Twin receivers to the right. Sudbeck out of the gun with Valverde. First 3rd down of the game. And they keep it on the ground with Valverde. This might be your most high percentage play, but they beat him to the edge. Great play to stretch it out. It'll be 4th down. That was Kyler Case and Jesse Steffen over there as well from Guardian Angel Central Catholic, showing his speed. It'll be 4th and 7.
Yeah, Steffen, we'll watch it again here. Just really string that play out, string it out there toward the sidelines, and great play there by Steffen to make a tackle over a guy that's pretty hard to tackle one-on-one.
Spencer Hilly of Plainview was over there as well. And now Hilly will drop back, as will Parker Borer of Boone Central, back deep to receive the punt by Sudbeck. And they will keep it away from Borer, probably a wise choice. That one bounces the white team's way. Will be down at the 13-yard line. That's a 38-yard punt, no return. White team will take the field on offense for the first time.
Well, the red team moved the football, got good field position, and then a pretty good punt pins the white team back inside their own 15-yard line. So not good field position. See if the white team can stir up offensively.
No surprise, plenty of Boone Central, the 13-0 Class C1 state champs in the starting lineup. James Fogelman, the quarterback. Parker Borer in the backfield. Borer, a 2,000-yard rusher. He gets the carry, stretches to the right, and is out across the 15-yard line.
Number 49, Casey Ginnigat of Bloomfield.
So it's 2nd down and 8 as we get set for this play. Andrew Pfeiffer with more on some of the unique rules of today's All-Star game. Andrew?
Well, if you're wondering, yeah, my head is still on my shoulders after it almost got taken off by a punt earlier in pregame, but we're doing all right. I just wanted to go ahead and explain about some of the rules that are going on today here at the All-Star game. First of all, there is a 17-point rule. That 17-point rule is if a team is down by 17 points and they score a touchdown, it's almost kind of like a make it, take it. They receive that following kickoff if there is a 17-point deficit. As far as defense goes, there must be 7 men lined up in the box with 3 linebackers, 4 down linemen. Linemen have to be square up on the guard, no stunting, no slanting. Offense, no motioning back, and of course, no, like you have to have a balanced line, of course, as well, too. So trying to keep things fair here. Those are your quick rules. We'll have more updates here from the sideline. Eric?
All right, thank you, Andrew. Yeah, the defense, they kind of feel like they're getting gypped a bit. You can't blitz, you got to stay in a 4-3. But like you mentioned, Lou, it's hard to put together an offense of disparate pieces over the course of a week. So it kind of keeps it even that way.
Yeah, that's really tough to do. It usually, I mean, you see teams that go, 4 weeks before the season, and then the first game, their offense is not quite in sync. So it's tough to do that in a week.
2nd down and 5 here. They go back to Borer, looking for room off the right. Parker Borer gets first down yardage. Helped the Cardinals to a state championship. Coach Mark Hudson, he's an assistant here this week. What a year Boone Central had. One of 3 unbeaten state champs in Northeast Nebraska this year.
Yeah, what a great team they had this season. I don't know what it is down there in Boone County, but they got some big fellas. There's something in the water down there, because that's always a big physical team.
Yeah, let's talk about the offensive line. You've got Trent Patesel, 277 from Boone Central. Also Nate Hegeman from Howells Dodge, Theodore Windhusen from Loganview, Alan Diaz of Norfolk, and Mitchell Hupp from Stanton. Here you see Hupp for the first time. Mitchell Hupp into red territory. That's a 14-yard gain on the end around. He's going 3 for 3 on All-Star games this year. He was in the Shrine Bowl last week. He's got this game today, and then the Sertoma 8-man All-Star game next week.
So you call him a 3-time All-Star?
Exactly, I think so.
Yeah. Talk about good football teams. Stanton.
Oh. You might be wondering why there aren't more Stanton players in this game, given their unbeaten season. They're all back. They're going to be just as good next year. They only had a couple of seniors. That's the scary part about Coach Dave Stoddard's squad.
Hey, to go to Vegas and bet on Stanton, you're not going to win much money. They're the prohibitive favorite.
Yeah, that's probably like a 3 to 5 odds kind of thing. Borer gets a yard on the carry. Some other starters for the white team that we've neglected to mention: Blake Borchers of Battle Creek at tight end, Dawson Hanson of Elkhorn Valley, and Spencer Hilly of Plainview, your wideouts. Jacob Henry of Neely Oakdale also on the offensive line. On the rollout, first pass is caught. This is out of the backfield to the fullback. That's Landon Wynant of Battle Creek. Out to the 38-yard line, or rather the 42, my apologies. Gain of 5. It'll be 2nd down, or rather 3rd down, and about 4.
Well, Fogelman got that pass away just at the right moment. Hunter Hikus, the 6'5" defensive end from Tri-County Northeast, leveled him after he got rid of that pass.
First 3rd down for the white team today. They'll keep it on the ground with Borer. Good cut, but the help is there. Dickens finishes him off. That's Michael Dickens from Tri-County Northeast making the play. It'll be 4th and 3.
I think you had Garrett Schultz on that play too. The 5'4", yeah, you got him around the ankles. 5'4" mighty might. Garrett Schultz, one of my favorite players. I love guys like that are undersized, but they don't care. They've got such a big heart, play hard all the time. He was a young man that was the 2nd place in the state wrestling in his weight class, so a good athlete out there.
White team going for it on 4th down. They go to Borer. Red shoots the gap. That's Carter Jansen, playing today mostly as a quarterback, but he was a phenomenal linebacker as well. Brings White down for a loss.
We talk about guys that could play anywhere. Carter Jansen is one of those guys. You could play linebacker, you could play defensive back, quarterback, running back, receiver. You could put him anywhere. That time is a big-time defensive play to shut down White and get the football back.
So still no score. And the red team will take over. First and 10 from the 46. Twin receivers to the left. We got Drew Davis coming on late for the red team. Both the red team sticking with Sudback. Sometimes we've seen teams rotate quarterbacks.
Davis went from right tackle to left tackle, just kind of finding a place to plug in there.
Here's Valverde, right side, bowling through the defenders. Brought down at midfield. Cameron Korth of Battle Creek, Ryan Brakacic of Clarkson Lee combined for the stop at 2nd and 6.
You mentioned how good
Pierce has been throughout the years and how many good running backs they've had and what a good running team they've had. But I think Valverde, we saw not only with the personnel that Pierce had, but he's a kid that can come out of the backfield and catch passes as well.
Carney and Carson Weisler split wide to the left on 2nd and 6. Sudbeck will give to Valverde, little inside double handoff. It's out of the Pierce playbook there. It doesn't go for much, though. The white team ready for it. As Dayton Sudbeck finished off in the backfield, that's a loss of a yard. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Well, I like the idea there, a little trickery, but the white team not fooled at all. Dayton Sudbeck had no chance once he got that football. A couple of white defenders all over him.
Blake Henn of Elgin Public Pope John led the charge, but a number of other players, Landon Redding of Lions Decatur Northeast, in on the stop as well. So 3rd down and 7. It's been all defense so far in the Northeast Nebraska All-Star Football Classic today. Sudbeck out of the gun. Swing pass in space. White team ready. Carney brought down immediately. How about that play by Lincoln Benny, taking on a blocker and the receiver at the same time? It's 4th down.
Yeah, that's a heck of a play in the open field. It's one thing to shed your blocker, but to shed the blocker and make the tackle at the same time, that's just a great play.
So on 4th down, punt formation on again. Sudbeck will punt it away. Borer back deep for the white team. High kick, Borer calls for the fair catch and makes it at the 13-yard line. That's a good punt. It's a 42-yard punt, no return. And the white team will have it 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Still nothing, but the red team has won the field position in this first quarter. So White's second possession here, both of them have been inside the 15, have started inside the 15-yard line.
Fogelman back in at quarterback, hands off. Borer, well, you see his ability to change directions there across the 15 to the 17, gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down.
And Parker Borer going to Drake University. I think you told me before the game he's the only Division I guy out here. A lot of smaller school, kids go on, and they're going to have some. Those smaller schools are going to have some great players. But Parker Borer is the only D1 kid in the ballgame here today.
2nd down and 7. On the rollout, thrown across his body, that's Hilly, 1st down. Boy, he was a terror in 8-man for years out of the backfield. Does it again here today for the 1st down at the 29-yard line. Spencer Hilly, an 8-man All-Star this year as well, an incredible track athlete. He'll be going to Hastings for track and field. Was 2nd or better in 4 events at state track this year.
It was 1st in the 300-meter hurdles, and I go back to my days at track. The coaches told me I had to jump over them, not run through them. That was my problem.
Stretch play to the right. Borer gets out to the 35. That's a gain of 6. Might just take us down to the end of the first quarter. Casey Genito of Bloomfield making the play. And that will wrap up the first quarter. It's been all defense so far after 1. White and red scoreless. You're watching the Northeast Nebraska All-Star Football Classic on News Channel Nebraska.
At Faith Regional Physician Services, our specialists come from all over the world to provide world-class care. They are drawn to Faith Regional because of the ability to live and practice in an advanced medical community coupled with the small-town values that you also value and cherish. We understand that building a relationship with your provider is important. You can feel confident when choosing a Faith Regional physician that you are choosing more than just a provider. You are choosing someone you see in your community that you can trust knows you and your family and is committed to your health and wellness. From family medicine to specialized surgical care, our team of over 125 specialists and surgeons are dedicated to providing you with exemplary care. Serving over 20 communities across Nebraska, finding a provider close to you is easy to do. Faith Regional Physician Services. Care provided by your friends, family, and neighbors is the faith difference.
Well, last year, this game had 56 points scored, 42 by the red team. So far, no score. We'll see if things open up as we start the second of the Northeast Nebraska All-Star Football Classic. Alongside Lou Siefker, Andrew Pfeiffer on the sidelines, I'm Eric McKay. Well, the 8-man teams are showing up defensively today. How about Hunter Hikas from Tri-County Northeast chasing down Borer from behind? It'll be 3rd and 2.
We've already seen Hikas deliver a shot on a quarterback, and that time he just stayed with the play, showed great athleticism, makes that tackle.
Tri-County Northeast, the Allen Emerson Hubbard Co-op. They made the Class D1 playoffs this year, 5 and 4.
Wasn't that a 1970s band, Allison Emerson Hubbard?
Yes. Yeah, I think they do the pregame music for Husker games, right?
Yeah.
There's that double handoff on the white side, red team ready. Wynett breaks away, but here comes the cavalry. Wynett brought down in the backfield. Champion White of Pierce, Casey Genito of Bloomfield finish him off, and it'll be 3rd and long after the loss of 5.
Well, it looked like it was going to be a big loss to start with, and Wynett breaks the tackle, gets away, but great help from the defensive unit here. A lot of guys there. You see 4 players right there near that tackle. Good job to run to the football and make the play.
All right, now we got Wiley Ziegler back deep.
Look out, folks.
Punt is away. This will be returnable. Ziegler from the 20.
Watch out.
Got some room. This young man can shift. He takes it out of bounds, though. Still a 20-yard return.
Returning the ball to the 41.
And by the way, I just want to mention, just in case we don't get to see him again, this is the last time we get to mention that Wiley Ziegler owns a donkey named Joe Burrow. I just wanted to get that out there. It's the greatest sports fact that I've ever learned, and I just want to make sure we get it out on television.
Yeah, we'd like to say hello to Joe Burrow at home.
I'm sure he's watching. In fact, Joe Burrow, if you're on Twitter, tweet at us, at NCN, at NCN Sports on Twitter. Let us know which stable you're watching the game from today. Red team back on offense. Here's Valverde cutting upfield, not finding much, maybe a couple. And it'll be 2nd down and 8.
There may be a play in the passing game that might decide this game. Both teams trying to run the football, and the red team has run it fairly well. And again, as we mentioned, they've kind of owned the field position. You've got to find a way, though, I think, both these teams to try to get a big play. It may come through the passing game at some point here this afternoon.
We do not have 100 total yards of offense yet in this game. 94 combined between these two teams. 2nd and 8. Trying to change that through the air. Wide open is Collison. Over the shoulder, he's gone. Touchdown Red. 58 yards. Norfolk to Norfolk connection. Carter Jansen of Norfolk Catholic finds Tate Collison, and the Red strikes first.
Well, like we just said, a big play in the passing game. I tell you what, Tate Collison, he looked like Willie Mays out there. Watch this catch. This is a very difficult catch. I mean, he's wide open, but over the shoulder catch as he's running. That's a great play, and it was an excellent pass from Jansen to put it over his shoulder to where only he could catch that football. Tate Collison makes a great catch for the first touchdown here of this ball game.
How nice must it be for the red team that you can bring Carter Jansen off the bench as a quarterback. Valverde on for the extra point. It's up. It's good. And with 9:40 to go in the first half, Red strikes first. It's 7-0. You're watching the Northeast Nebraska All-Star Football Classic on News Channel Nebraska.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Spring is here. For farmers, making safety a priority this planting season can be the difference between life and death. Always look out for power lines before exiting the cab, when loading and transporting machinery, and when raising or unfolding equipment. Keep equipment at least 20 feet from power lines and use a spotter when possible. Be aware of what's overhead. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us.
A 58-yard touchdown strike has the red team up 7-0 on the white alongside Lou Siefker. Andrew Pfeiffer on the sidelines. I'm Eric McKay. Hilly finds some room, picks up some blockers down the sideline. Great field position for the white team. Hey, folks, yesterday, Lou and I were fortunate to be part of the Northeast Nebraska All-Star Football Classic banquet. The teams got together, got to be introduced, got a great meal from Hy-Vee. Heard from our speaker as well, Bill LaFleur, current principal at Norfolk Catholic Elementary School. Of course, played for Norfolk Catholic, then the Huskers, and then in the pros, played for the 49ers and the Saints. Had a great message for the kids last night.
Yeah, I like that message. I think that's really a good thing for kids to hear, just about, believing in yourself. And certainly Mr. LaFleur did that. He got himself to the NFL.
Parker Borer gets very little. Lou, you talked about it. This might come down to plays through the air. We just saw a big one, and on the ground there hasn't been much. That's Carson Albers of Cedar Catholic making the play. Gain of about a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, yards on the ground have been hard to come by, especially for the white team here in this first half.
Albers had 74 tackles for Coach Chad Cotto, Cedar Catholic this year, back in the C2 playoffs. Finished 5-5, played one of the toughest schedules in the state at 5-5. On play action, the rollout, good step up, over the top, well covered, almost. Trying to get it to Mitchell Hupp. That's good coverage downfield, though, by Champion White, who was a very good defensive back for the Blue Jays this year. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, watch Mitchell Hupp battling it. Not only White, I didn't see who the other defender was, but a couple defenders down in that area. Yeah, I think there was a safety that came over there, almost come up with a play. That's a heck of a job by both those guys, just a battle for the football.
So 3rd down, call it about 8.5 for midfield. White team looking for a big play of their own. Splitting to the right, Dawson Hanson of Elkhorn Valley, Spencer Hilly of Plainview. And now Hupp in motion on the rollout. Fogelman doesn't have much. He'll take off. He's got some wheels, but he stopped short. The 45-yard line, that's a gain of about 5. It'll be 4th and 3.
Now 4th and 3 on the red 45-yard line. White might think about going for it here.
This feels like go for it territory, right?
Especially in an all-star game.
Coach Corey Velasek of Riverside started his coaching career in high school under Mark Bramer at Pierce.
A good place to start.
Absolutely. He's coached at Riverside to a lot of success. Took him to the Class D1 playoffs this year. White is out there, 4th and 3. Fogelman to the air, over the top, too tall, and the red team takes over. Intended for Blake Borchers of Battle Creek, and the red team will take over. It's been overcast today. We've been dodging raindrops. Andrew Pfeiffer on the sidelines with more.
Well, we're staying pretty dry down here on the sidelines so far. We did have a little bit of sprinkling going on in the first quarter, but it is pretty dry now. But expect rain to come in through around noon-ish. So we're going to have probably a little bit of rain come down on this game, but that's sure not going to take away from the pride of all the people here ready to watch some June summer football, but some rain is on the way. Just wanted to give you a little weather update from down here on the sideline. Eric?
Thank you, Andrew. We're in the broadcast booth. We won't be affected. I'm sure Andrew will be fine. 1st and 10 for the red team. Here's Valverde has a hole. Boy, the tackling, the open field tackling. Most Pierce games, that's probably a touchdown, Lou. But there you've got Hank Hudson of Boone Central wrapping him up, bringing him down, limiting him to a gain of 8.
That's why, I mean, you see why you call these guys all-stars, because in most cases, Valverde breaks that big, but you got a guy like Hudson out there that makes a great open field tackle, a one-on-one tackle against a very good running back.
future UNK Loper. Hank Hudson, one of the best defenders in the state. Over 275 tackles for his career, played in the Shrine Bowl last week. 2nd and 2. In motion is Carney. Jansen will hand off to Valverde. Diving forward, I think he's short. He's got him, they got him right at the marker. Whole bunch of white players in on the stop, including Colton Clausen of Howells Dodge. They say he did get enough. Boy, if you're the white team, you're like, oh wait, that's the Norfolk Catholic quarterback handing off to a Pierce running back. It just doesn't seem right.
Yeah, how does that work? I mean, guess they don't really play anymore, but that was one of the great rivalries in this state for many years.
Norfolk Catholic will be renewing their rivalry with Boone Central this coming fall. 1st and 10 from the 45 of the white. Red team trying to extend their lead. They go Valverde again, trying to stretch it to the outside. Can't get the edge. Well, they're doing a nice job just sealing that sideline. Running back's not able to turn the corner. That time Blake Hand of Elgin Public Pope John makes the stop.
Yeah, really, usually teams that run the ball well, when you see it in the regular season, you get good gains on first down. That's been tough to come by on first down on both sides of the football. Defense playing very stout against the run, and especially in that first down situation, it sets that offense up in the more long yardage situations.
Brendan Weber of Plainview also in on the stop there, future Concordia Mustang. 2nd down and 8. Jansen sending a man in motion, will keep it up the middle. The quarterback draw gets a few. That was the secret weapon for Norfolk Catholic this year. Carter Jansen was so good throwing the ball that I think it was almost underrated how good he was running the football. He's one of the better double threat quarterbacks we've seen in quite a while in Northeast Nebraska.
No question about it. Carter Jansen, you could put him at running back and be very productive at running back, but he was such a good quarterback, and that extra dimension, that ability to tuck it down, and I think Norfolk Catholic used him wisely. They didn't run him a lot, but when they did run him, usually good things happen.
He got over 1,000 yards rushing and passing this year. On 3rd and 6, they'll go to Valverde. Can't get anywhere near the first down. Well, that defense is ready. That's Dylan Luking of Elgin Public Pope John. Young man had 372 tackles in his career for the Wolfpack. Adds to his tally there. It'll be 4th and long.
Yeah, nowhere to go there. Lots of white shirts in that picture. I don't care who you are, if you're Keenan Valverde or Mike Rozier or whoever. It's tough to go 1-on-5 and have anything good happen.
All right, red is in punt formation. White sends someone back deep. Ooh, trying to angle the punt. This one does not go far. Does take a red roll. That'll go inside the 20. That worked out all right. Down to the 17-yard line, went 27 yards, no return.
Yeah,
and so pins White deep.
Inside the 20-yard line, you can't ask for much better than that. Kind of like your short game there, Eric. Just kind of pitch it up there and let it roll.
Well, the problem is what we saw there. That's like me off the tee. I hit my driver, go, where is it? And they look straight up and like, oh no. And then I got to walk up, maybe 10 yards past the women's tee and try to hack at it again. And 2 hours later, we're on the green.
Yeah, there's usually the men's tee, the women's tee, and then my tee farther ahead.
1st and 10 White from the 17. Little option play. Here's Borer cutting back. Oh, finding some room to the near side. Wyman picks up a block out across the 30, tiptoeing down the sideline and out of bounds across the 30 to the 35-yard line. Such a creative runner, Parker Borer. Again, over 2,000 yards for Boone Central this season.
Sees that play shut down on that left side, takes it back to the right. Is there anything scarier than seeing Parker Borer out there in the field running at full speed? That's not a good situation for the defense.
They're going to enjoy him as a Drake Bulldog, I think. Beautiful campus there in Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah. I've actually been through there. It is very nice.
That pitch a little awkward. Borer handles it, hesitates to the outside, finds some room. Parker Borer is starting to pick up some steam. Another first down across the 45 to the 48-yard line. Give him 13 more. Back-to-back first downs for the White.
You have trouble running the ball, just find Parker Borer, and that takes care of the problem, apparently. two really good runs there. First couple plays of this possession for White have been Parker Bohr big runs.
Garrett Schultz, the Wayne Blue Devils, makes the stop. So 1st and 10 from the 48. On the option, the pitch, Bohr makes a man miss. Now the White team has found something here, getting Parker Bohr in space. That's what you want to do. Ian Letch of Westholt stops the play, but deep into red territory now, another first down run for Bohr.
Yeah, just a quick option pitch out there to Bohr. Eludes a tackler, jumps over him, jumps over another guy going for his ankles. Tough guy to bring down. Three straight runs for Parker Bohr, and now the White team is at the 39-yard line of the red.
Parker Bohr had 24 yards on his first 10 carries. He has 44 over his last 3. On 1st and 10, they'll option it again. It's Bohr again. Just option left, option right, keeping it simple across the 35. To the 33, that's a gain of a paltry 7 after the double-digit gains the last few times out.
Yeah, 7. What's wrong with this offense? Yeah, it's a 4 straight runs now for Bohr. And he maybe set up some sort of play action here.
Now they're going to split Bohr wide. 2nd down and 3, empty backfield. Fogelman looking for the end zone, has a man. What a catch! Upended inside the 5. Blake Borchers of Battle Creek. He is slow to get up. He fell awkwardly. Will Steffen brings him down. That was an incredible catch by Borchers. We hope the young man's okay.
Yeah, went right over the top of Steffen there to catch the football. Yeah, he lands awkwardly, but I think it looks like he's okay, thank goodness.
He is up. That is good to see. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 2. What a catch by Blake Borchers. Shrine Bowler last week.
Well, you see where a running game really sets that up. But what a catch.
30-yard gain sets him up 1st and goal from the 2. Direct snap. Bohr trying to angle his way in, doesn't get there. How about Wiley Ziegler of Bloomfield making the play in the backfield at 2nd and goal?
Yeah. Ziegler is a heck of a defender as well. I mean, he's not just a kick returner. He's a good football player. That's a big-time tackle against a really tough, strong running back.
You got to be tough if you're going to play for Bloomfield. They play a physical brand of football. Of course, they'd opened it up the last few years because of the receiving talent, the passing talent they'd had, but got to be tough if you're going to play for the Bloomfield Bees.
I already got tickets to their playoff game next year.
You might as well just go ahead and mark it down. 2nd and goal for the White team. Ball bobbled. Bohr gets it back, but he stopped shy.
I think his knee might have been down when he picked that football up.
So we'll go for a loss of a yard. Looked like Tucker Shabram from O'Neill was there to finish the play off among many others.
Tough to tell on that scrum, but I think when he went down to get that football, his knee touched the ground, and the officials called that right away.
Timeout called. We'll take one as well. Big 3rd and goal play next. It's the Northeast Nebraska All-Star Football Classic on NCN.
This is brought to you by Currency. Visit gocurrency.com for details. Region 4 Behavioral Health, affordable, accessible, quality mental health and substance abuse services. And Insurance 365, your local specialist for individualized health insurance plans.
Okay, that's it. Done. Stop. Partnership. It's more than a handshake in a farm field. These are cliches and conventions, and we're here to break them. We want to do the work that needs doing, to take on your challenges together. Let us help move your operation forward. We promise to be the partner you need, not the one you're used to. Honest.
Third and goal, White from the 2. They've tried to run it 2 straight times. They got one of their linemen in the backfield, Connor Kreikemeyer of Howells Dodge, lined up as a fullback.
This looks like the power formation.
Bohr's going to try to take a direct snap.
Yep.
158 will be placed on the clock.
Oh, now we got to change the clock. Well,
daylight?
that's a bad break for the white team. Now the red can kind of adjust, diagnose the formation. Well, that's a lot of beef in the backfield, though. You got Kreikemeyer. You've also got Hank Hudson at 220 in there as kind of a wing back. That's a lot of linemen. Oh, they go straight ahead.
Touchdown.
Is that the old tush push? They gave it to Hank Hudson, and he goes straight in for the touchdown. How about that?
That's an excellent call. I think everybody thought that ball was going to go back to Borer rather, and then that short snap there caught defense by surprise.
We'll call it the Riverside Special, I guess, not the Philly Special.
There you go.
So there you go, Hank Hudson. And now Zueda of Norfolk on to kick it. Trying to tie this game up. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up and good. All right, 1:54 to go in the half. We got a ball game tied at 7. You're watching the Northeast Nebraska All-Star Football Classic on News Channel Nebraska.
We're incredibly proud to be recognized as one of Nebraska's best in-state hospitals by Newsweek because it really demonstrates the high-quality, safe patient care we give every day.
I feel incredibly proud of this award because it's a recognition of the trust that our communities place in us.
To me, this award is a true testament to the high-quality care we give right here in our area. There's really no need to travel when you got all the care you need right here.
It's a testament to the hard work and dedication of every Faith employee who's focused on excellent patient care from the time they walk through our front doors to the time they leave.
This award proves that we truly live out our mission every day.
To me, this recognition means we're exceeding standards because that's what our patients deserve.
This recognition means that we undoubtedly prioritize our patients' health and well-being.
We are truly honored to be your trusted healthcare partner. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Inside of 2 minutes to go, first half, tied at 7. What a game this has been. Alongside Lou Siefker, Andrew Pfeiffer on the sidelines. I'm Eric McKay. 2-yard touchdown run by Hank Hudson. A little bit of trickery by the offense.
Kind of great. I think this is a great job by the White staff, Coach Vlasic and his staff, because everybody was so worried about Parker Borer getting that football. You know they were. They were not expecting that short snap to Hudson. It worked perfectly.
Coach Mark Hudson of Boone Central among the assistants. This is way to good kick. This will be Valverde taking it from the 1. Trying to bounce to the outside, hit hard. You hear the pads slapping. That's Mitchell Hupp of Stanton making the play.
Brought down by number 81, Mitchell Hupp of Stanton.
So the red team will have it 1st and 10 from the 15. Couple of timeouts, minute 48 to go before the half. Hey, folks, at the half, stick around. We've got great ceremonies coming up. They're going to honor the Lifetime Achievement Award, the great Rich Rethwish, longtime coach, official, and this game was basically his idea. He's going to be honored at halftime. Also, somebody named Bob Jensen. I don't know who that is.
I've heard of him.
Nah, just kidding. Maybe the greatest sports writer, one of the greatest sports writers in the state's history. Hardest working, no question. They'll be honored both at halftime among many others. Stick around for that. A little misdirection on first down. Collison can't get away. The white team had read that one.
Yeah.
The reverse pass goes nowhere, loses 5. In fact, whole bunch of white defenders in the backfield. It'll be 2nd and 15.
That's where you see, I think we've talked about defense being ahead of the offense, certainly after just 1 week, but that's a great job reading that play. And again, how many times have we seen that? 3, 4, 5 defenders in the area. Both teams, great job running to the football, making plays.
It's been those Elgin Public Pope John defenders too. Blake Henn, Dylan Luking have been really disruptive as a timeout is called on the field. We'll keep it here, minute 24 to go. I want to go back to Rich Rethwish for a second. You'll hear his story at halftime, but you know when we first started covering football here. He was the head coach at Wayne, but he's been at Elkhorn Valley. Still officiates, although he just wrapped up this past fall, his last year officiating. But, I mean, you can't be around football in Northeast Nebraska, certainly not over the last 4 decades, and not know of Rich Rethwish. I mean, he has meant so much to the sport of football in this area for so long.
Yeah, absolutely. Rethwish was not only a great coach. I just remember seeing him doing basketball games as an official. You always knew that was going to be a well-officiated game. He was just, a great official as well as a great football coach, and a guy that's just meant a lot to sports around this area.
And he was the one who, 13 years ago came to the other coaches around the area and said, why don't we do an all-star game of our own?
Yeah.
They figured out a way to do it, and the rest is history. That shows the level of respect that his coaching brethren has for him. All right, second and a whole bunch. Carter Jansen trying to escape upfield. Almost to the original line of scrimmage, gets about 3. And the white team burning timeouts, I believe. They want another crack at scoring before the end of the half.
Well, they figure unless the red team can make a big play here and get a first down, they get a chance to get the football back with pretty good field position and time to score. So they're going to burn those timeouts and try to make a play here on 3rd down and long.
So it'll be 3rd down and about 12 or so. First down marker, the 25-yard line.
You mentioned Bob Jensen, one of the true good guys of the media. That always fun. I always enjoy the state tournament running into him, and he always has something, something sarcastic to say to us. But we love the guy,
in a good way. When he walks into a room, he has a presence that he makes the whatever area you're in better by his presence. He is an encyclopedia. He remembers everything, and is just probably the most well-respected. And again, the hardest working sports writer in the state. I think there are like 3 of him, actually, and that's the secret.
like Gallagher, where there was
one. Exactly. Yeah, there's like a Bill Jensen or something too somewhere that's just looks exactly like him.
And most importantly, he makes me laugh. He's a funny guy.
That's true. He is a very funny guy. All right, we'll have to make sure we get those checks from Bob.
Yeah.
I think that's everything he wanted us to say about him. 3rd and long, they go out of the backfield of Valverde. Open space, but the white team's ready. Boy, you just can't get away from him. Great play in the open field. It was finished off by Connor Kreikemeyer, but the defensive secondary would not let Keenan Valverde get open. Really credit Colton Clausen of Howells Dodge. He doesn't get the tackle, but he's the one who forced the play inside.
Again, just good team defense. Really had him walled in. Nowhere to go for Valverde. Fake one guy out. There's 2 more guys waiting to make the play. So, 1:05 to go. It's 4th down and long. You're going to force the red team to punt. And again, as we mentioned, White should get excellent field position, and you'll still have a timeout to work with once you get the football.
And a lot of dangerous offensive weapons. We've certainly seen the white team able to establish Parker Borer offensively, but they've shown that they can throw. Blake Borchers made that incredible catch. But you've also got Dawson Hanson of Elkhorn Valley. He's not touched the ball yet, but almost 800 receiving yards in his career. Spencer Hilly, one of the most dangerous 8-man receivers in recent memory. Hilly is back deep with Borer.
The thing for White right now is if the punt is, try to field that punt and don't give up the field position.
Sudbeck's punt is away. Takes a red roll out across the 45. Boy, Sudbeck gets good English on those punts, doesn't he? That's a 36-yard punt, no return, so the white team will have good field position, 55 seconds and 49 yards of field turf in front of them.
It's tough to field the punt when it doesn't go very far. It's tough to run up on those. And you mentioned he really had some great distance on the punt from after it hits the ground, just to roll forward and pick up that extra yardage.
All right, so 1st and 10, officially the 48-yard line, the line of scrimmage. Fogelman stepping up, Going deep right
Got
away.
him.
Has a man over the top.
Wow.
Touchdown! Dawson Hanson right on cue. 48 yards on a picture-perfect pass that caught the Elkhorn Valley Falcon in stride.
It was about time to get the football to Dawson Hanson. That was an excellent pass, too. He had protection that time. And you could see it from the beginning that Hanson just beat his man, got behind the defense. Excellent job. That's a nice pitch and catch for the touchdown. And White played that perfectly. Good defense, kept the Red deep in their own territory, got good field position and make the big play. And there you go, another big play in the passing game.
Puts the White back on top after the Red had scored first. Zezweta will kick the extra point. Fogelman will hold.
I think you have a guy like Zezweta kicking extra points because if it's close, you're going to give it to him because he's such a big dude. He'd stare at you. Oh, yeah, that's good.
One of the more intimidating kickers out there, that's for sure. 14-7, White with the lead, 48 seconds to go in the half. You're watching the Northeast Nebraska All-Star Football Classic on NCN.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The yellow jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people, you know, we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
The first time I ever took prescription opioids is when I got my wisdom teeth taken out. I think I was 16 years old. I must have gotten a 30-day script. I took them all in 3 days. I was stealing from people, buying substances on the street. I look back at that time with a lot of shame. That's not who I am. Opioid use disorder is not a moral failing.
A 48-yard pass. James Fogelman to Dawson Hanson, the White team on top for the first time, 14-7 alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay. Zezweta puts a boot into this one. Oh, my. The Red team will have it 1st and 10 after the touchback. You know, we got a close game here. We shouldn't be surprised. 6 of the previous 10 games have been decided by one score. I was going to say or less, but that'd be a tie. Have been decided by one score. They've been close games. That's historically. That's what I'm saying. Last year we saw the Red dominate 42-14. That's a bit of an outlier in the way this game has gone historically.
Yeah, you'd think that All-Star games would be close, and these almost always are. Sometimes you get, you know, a few extra players on one side that really affect the outcome like that in a 42-14 game. But normally, these games are much like this one.
Red team to the air. There's Collison out of the backfield. Gets out of bounds. Stops the clock. A quick 6 yards. Clock stops with 43 seconds. Red team will have it 2nd and down.
Collison, good receiver. I go back to basketball season. He was one of the fun guys to watch because he was so adept at drawing charges. He was just one of those guys. That was one of the few things I could do well was basketball was to get run over by other people. But no, he was a fun kid to watch and not afraid to give up his body, which translates well in football when you have to play physically.
2nd down and 4, more importantly, 43 seconds to go in the first half. Still one timeout for the Red team, so they might not be done. Jansen flushed. He can go. See if he can get to the sidelines. I think they're going to call him getting out, so that'll stop the clock with 33 seconds. Nice job by the White secondary, though. Jansen scrambles for a couple. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, they still have, Red team still has a couple timeouts. Can you get a 1st down here, though? That's kind of the big thing. White still has 1 timeout. If they don't, may see White call another timeout, try to get the football back.
So 3rd down and 3. Jansen out of the gun. Going to keep it on the quarterback draw. How about Blake Henn of Elgin Public Pope John? He has been in on like every other play defensively for the white team, showing out for the 8-man Wolf Pack, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, 6'3", 215. He's an athletic young man. And you mentioned he's been in on a ton of plays here in this first half.
Finished his career with 15.5 sacks, 16 tackles for loss, just shy of 200 tackles. EPPJ made the D2 playoffs this year, finished 6-3, and that's going to wrap up the first half. It's been a good one so far. White 14, red 7. You're watching the Northeast Nebraska All-Star Football Classic on News Channel Nebraska.
If joint pain, injuries, or other orthopedic conditions are holding you back from participating in activities with your loved ones, turn to Faith Regional Physician Services. Our orthopedic providers understand how important doing the things you love most is, which is why we offer both surgical and non-surgical treatment options to get you back to living your fullest life possible. With specialists in foot and ankle, hand, wrist and elbow, and hip, knee, and shoulder, we have experts that utilize innovative technology and techniques to help you play more with your pup, enjoy a friendly game with your kids, or spend time outside with your grandkids. Don't let joint pain and injuries keep you from enjoying an active, pain-free life with your loved ones. Faith Regional Physician Services Orthopedics. Compassionate orthopedic care to keep you doing what you love most.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
All right, halftime here at the Northeast Nebraska All-Star Football Classic. Let's take you field level where we're this year's honorees of the Northeast Nebraska All-Star Football Classic.
He was hired in 1983 as head football and track coach at O'Neill St. Mary's, where the Cardinals made their first appearances ever in state playoff history, going 3 straight years and winning the 1984 Class C2 state championship, defeating Grant 39-15.
Good luck.
After a brief tenure at Elkhorn Valley, hired at Pierce and continued the Blue Jays' winning tradition, owning a 3-year record of 29-5 and 2 straight Class B state playoff appearances, which included semifinal and final appearances, losing to Elkhorn 31-17 in the 1989 Class B final. Rich stated he was blessed to have won as a young coach, where speed and talent overcame his coaching. But he adds assistant coaches John Lucero, Tom Early, Randy Pospischel, Tom Martin, Ron Sokensen as blessings to have on staff. He finished his football coaching career at Neely Oakdale, where the Warriors ended a 26-game losing streak, and Wayne, making 2 straight Class C1 playoff appearances. He finished his tenure with a record of 110 wins and 92 losses. Along with attending Elkhorn Valley, Rich attended Doane College and Wayne State College, receiving his master's degree in counseling from Wayne State. His idea jump-started the Northeast Nebraska All-Star Football Classic, and he was a founding board member. He was the Red Team's first head coach, winning the initial 2013 Classic 20-10. He also officiated the 2019 Classic. Rich also served as an assistant coach for the 1992 Nebraska Shrine Bowl and officiated that contest in 2007. Rich has been married for 43 years to the former Kathy Tom Jacket Ewing, calling her the outstanding backbone of their family. They have 3 children, Callie and husband Cody Gubby of Omaha, Gage and wife JC and their 3 sons, Knox, Easton, and Miles of rural Norfolk, and Luke and wife Savannah of Omaha. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 Outstanding Lifetime Achievement Award winner, Rich Rathwish. The 2024 Outstanding Contributor Award is presented to Bob Jensen. Bob Jensen established Huskerland Prep Report in 1990 and has been covering Nebraska high school football statewide ever since, adding basketball to the mix in 1995. For 33 years, Huskerland was a weekly printed product, adding a web presence in 1999 when he became the Rivals.com Nebraska high school publisher. In addition to his hobby of publishing Huskerland, Bob and his wife Penny were weekly community newspaper publishers in both Callaway for 4 years and Central City for 31. Bob got his start in newspaper sports writing at his hometown Arnold Sentinel, where he reported junior high and high school sports and Little League baseball for 6 years. He later served as sports editor for newspapers in Broken Bow, Alliance, Fairbury, and Lexington before he and Penny became newspaper publishers. A 1976 graduate of Arnold High School, Bob is a member of the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, class of 2015, Nebraska 8-Man Football Hall of Fame 2019, and is undefeated in elephant racing when he was only raced at Alliance in the fall of 1982. Bob and Penny have been married for 38 years and have 2 children, son Matthew and daughter Jessie, and a golden retriever named Cooper. Ladies and gentlemen, Huskerland, Bob Jensen. We'd also like to especially thank our sponsors. Their generous contributions make this all happen. Thank you.
Congrats to Rich and to Bob, 2 true legends on the high school gridiron and apparently in elephant racing. Good for Bob. I got to figure out how to get in on that. We'll take a look at highlights from the first half and much more coming up. You're watching the Northeast Nebraska All-Star Football Classic on NCN.
It's the thrill, the hope, the long shots, and the turnovers. The big hits, the kills, the dunks, the strikes, the surprises, the joy, and the heartbreak. And that's why NCN Sports bring you more than 200 live games every year. News Channel Nebraska. This is home.
Community means something different to everyone. But for me, it means cheering on those around you during the good times and helping them out during the tough times. I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I've been blessed with the support of my friends, family, coaches, and community throughout my life. When looking for a bank to call home, it was easy to choose Midwest Bank. I never feel like just another customer, and they're proud to support their communities. They love what they do, and it shows. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Hey there, sports fans. Looking for a winning play to make your game day complete? Look no further than Speedy Mart, your family-owned neighborhood convenience store. Score big with the wide range of snacks, drinks, and fuel for the road that will keep the whole crew cheering. And here's the kicker. Our friendly atmosphere and convenient location make every visit a slam dunk. So rally the family and head to Speedy Mart for the ultimate game day experience.
One thing about working, we've always had employers that took care of all the health care for us. Navigating that was kind of scary, unknown.
We tried to do it on our own, but weren't too confident with, was this really what we should be doing? Sarah is a very welcoming, warm person, and we really enjoy working with her. We laugh, we giggle.
She presented several scenarios, kind of took over where the employer left off.
See, it's all on who you can trust, right, hon?
Yes, Chair.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people. Now we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
(14-7), White with the lead over the Red at the Northeast Nebraska All-Star Football Classic alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay. Lou, we'll take a look at some halftime highlights. And we thought this might be all defense early on. Because of plays like that, both these teams really came ready to play defensively.
Yeah, the defense has been very good from early on both sides of the ball. We'll see some big plays here coming up. But really, against the running game especially, the defense has been very sound.
Yeah, we had no score after one. You saw a great play by Carter Jansen defensively. Here's a great play by Carter Jansen offensively. What a catch there by Tate Collison. Lutheran I Northeast, 58 yards. The Red strikes first. And the way they've been playing defensively, it felt like 7 points might be enough. But the White team really started to get going, started to get it on the ground with Parker Borer. Then they were able to go through the air as well. An incredible play downfield here. Again, this is more of that great defense that we've been seeing. It took a while for the White team to open things up, but they kind of worked their way downfield. They got Parker Borer involved, then went with a little trick play, direct snap to the up back, Hank Hudson, in from 2 yards out. That tied the game. And then we saw the White team offense open it up, show you what James Fogelman can do through the air. Just an incredible, perfect throw.
Yeah.
You can't throw that any better. And Dawson Hanson finishes it off.
Hanson barely had to move his hands. It was right there, right in his breadbasket. Great pitch and catch there for that touchdown.
You know, it's funny, we talked about Norfolk Catholic and Carter Jansen, the quarterback, how his running game maybe would be a little overlooked. You know, Boone Central was so big and physical and tough with what Parker Borer did. James Fogelman got overlooked a little bit, I think. An incredible thrower of the football. He had 12 touchdown passes over his career. Really good runner as well, but he showed you right there, you don't win state championships being one-dimensional.
Right.
You've got to be able to throw the football, and the way that Fogelman was able to deliver the ball there showed just how good he was for Coach Mark Hudson's Cardinals team this year.
That's exactly right. You don't go 13-0 without a quarterback that can do some things. If all you do is run the football, outside of very few teams, you're not going to go 13-0. And Fogelman was a guy that the 12 touchdowns. A lot of that is, I think we saw that the way the White team ran the football there with Borer is that really gets set up with that running game and that kind of lulls you to sleep, and then he can make plays downfield like we saw with that. That was an excellent pass. Hit his receiver perfectly in stride for the touchdown. So. When neither team could really run the football, you saw the pass to Collison that was on a play fake for the touchdown, but it was when the White team started to establish that running game with Borer is when they really started to kind of take the game over and then ended up taking that 14-7 lead.
14-7, White team with the lead. This is going to be a good finish. Stick around. We got the second half coming up. You're watching the Northeast Nebraska All-Star Football Classic on News Channel Nebraska.
Storefronts, pop-up shops, food trucks, and digital retail. The way we do business is ever-changing, and so are we. Madison County Bank's business lending team is constantly evolving to support and provide new information to our business and commercial customers. We understand that your business is truly unique. We are ready to find the business banking services that fit your needs best. Madison County Bank, here to help you grow.
NZN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Does your business need help financing big-ticket items? Currency is here to help. Visit gocurrency.com for details. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health System. Affordable, accessible, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
Let your next adventure take flight in Sarpy County.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Does your business need help financing big ticket items? Currency is here to help. Visit gocurrency.com for details.
All right, back to live action. Second half kickoff. Taken by Spencer Hilly out across the 35 to the 37-yard line. I might move him up even more than that. Good field position for the white team. 2 quick scores late in the half, and now a chance to go up 2 scores here in the second half. And really, that 14, that's the sweet spot. That's where you want to be, because you go up by 21, the team scores, they get the ball back. It makes it almost, in a way, easier potentially to come back. White team outgained the red 196 to 100 in the first half. They add to that here, now over 200 yards of offense, and then some. And now you see Parker Borer, one of those running backs who seems to get stronger as the game goes on. Parker Borer with a 15-yard gain. Well, look, if you're talking high school football, you got to talk to Bob Jensen, right? Andrew Pfeiffer standing by with more of this year's Lifetime Achievement Award winner.
Well, thank you, Eric. I'm here with Bob Jensen, the Outstanding Contributor Award winner here at halftime. Bob, tell me a little bit about this award and what this means to you.
Well, first of all, hi, Eric. Hi, Lou. Anyway, it means a lot. Anything that comes that's grassroots thing like this Northeast Nebraska football organization in general is just a godsend to high school football in our state. I always say that, and Eric, this is true. Where there are tall lights on a Friday night in Northeast Nebraska, there's good football being played, and you can see it here with these boys that are out here, but you can see it any Friday night, no matter where you go. So it does. It means a lot. And it means a lot to me, especially, to be honored with Rich Rathwish, the mayor of this event. He spent the last 45 minutes trying to get here, being mobbed by the masses. So anyway, I've got a great gig. It's been a great hobby. I've gotten to know a lot of people, a lot of good people, and it's nice to be recognized for what you do.
Well, Bob, thank you so much. Congratulations.
You bet. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it, Andrew.
Thank you. We'll have more sideline reports coming up here on NCN Sports Now.
Hi, Bob. Thank you, Andrew. Saw a penalty on the red team moving white deeper into red territory, and Fogelman gets a quarterback keeper out across the 25 to the 22, gain of about 5.
Well, that was one of the highlights of my broadcasting career, is being said hi to by Bob.
There it is, folks. That's proof. Bob Jensen knows our names. There you go.
Yeah.
That's proof.
He might deny it later, so we want to save this.
Second down and 5 for the white team. Fogelman in motion. Firing incomplete. That was good coverage by Wiley Ziegler of Bloomfield. Pretty good pass for Hilly. Just couldn't haul it in. It'll be third down.
Yeah, Hilly had to go down kind of low for that one, although that's kind of where you had to put it to keep it away from the defense. Just not able to haul that one in. The penalty really set the white up here in great field position. That first quarter, the white was behind the sticks the entire first quarter. Since then, they've really had they've created some good field position. Now it's third down and 5.
Fogelman 4 of 7 through the air, 96 yards. And that touchdown pass late second quarter. They'll option on 3rd and 5. It's usually a good option. Borer fighting, going to be close. We'll see where they spot him. Ty Taney of Cedar Catholic making the play. He'll be playing football at Northwestern College out in Iowa. No signal yet. That's going to be, well, we'll see. Is it an all-star chain gang too? I don't know if they scour far and wide for the best at moving chains. It's going to be 4th and short officially.
Yeah, about a half a yard, I believe.
Well, that's a great open field tackle by Taney.
Sure was.
At 75 tackles this year for Cedar Catholic. They'll go for it on 4th down and get it. Fogelman forward. Fogelman gets about 3 there. There you see that offensive line doing good work. Stick.
Yeah, he figured with that being that close, probably half they were going to go for it, and they certainly did and got it. The drive continued.
From Wrangell was checked in on the off line. middle.
Parker Buller of Boone Central carrying the football.
It's about
Brought down by number 49, Casey Genetow of Bloomfield.
Continue what you've been doing. It's been working. A lot of options to Parker Borer, and that time an up tackle run.
So it'll be 2nd and 6. Borer gets 4, inching ever closer to 100 yards. He's got 97 on the day on 19 carries. Oh, slips the tackle in the backfield, reverses the hurdle inside the 5. You just saw Parker Borer's whole resume right there. Sets him up 1st and goal down at the 4, over the century mark with that 7-yard gain.
Well, I think that's been the hallmark so far of this White offense, and certainly in Parker Borer's ability to just kind of create, along with Fogelman. Both those guys have been, kind of creating on the fly, as it were.
1st and goal from the 4. Direct snap to Borer. Trying to find room to the right side. He is hammered. Boy, they're hitting hard down there, aren't they? That's a gain of about 3. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, I think that's the thing that sometimes you forget about a little bit is, these guys get together. A lot of these guys know each other. Some don't. They become friends. It's still competitive.
Yeah.
These guys want to win. They're here because they're winners. And, this is a competitive sport. These guys want to win this ballgame.
That was Champion White lower in the shoulder there. 2nd and goal. Ooh, ball bobbled again. That's the 2nd time that Borer has had a chance to get in the end zone and bobbled the snap. It'll be 3rd and goal. That happened earlier, and they ended up going to Hudson for the touchdown.
We saw a little bit of a struggle down at the goal line before with the White team, although they were able to eventually score.
Jesse Drescher of Oakland Craig checking in on the offensive line in favor of Theodore Windhughes and Loganview. All right, 3rd and goal from the 1. I imagine this will be 4th down territory. Fogelman is split wide as a receiver.
Interesting.
Borer in the backfield. He'll try to keep it, dives forward, gets in, touchdown White team. 3 unanswered touchdowns by the White, and they're in control.
Well, it's an excellent 60-yard drive. Started the possession off a really good kick return that took the ball to their own 40, and then they just methodically moved the ball downfield and get that touchdown to give them a 2-score lead. And, gee, what a surprise. Parker Borer with the – I saw that coming. I sure didn't.
44 career rushing touchdowns.
Number 6, James Fogelman of Boone Central to hold.
Now Sam Zizweta, who is 2 for 2 so far. We saw the extra point record broken last year. Zizweta's halfway there. He's 3 for 3 after 6 extra points were made last year. 21-7, White with the lead. In the meantime, let's take you down to the sidelines. Andrew Pfeiffer with another of our Lifetime Achievement winners today.
Thanks, guys. Standing down here on the sideline with the Outstanding Lifetime Achievement Award winner. Now, you told me to tell you to say your name slow or I'd get messed up in the mess, but Rich Rethwish, thank you so much. A popular man, I'm glad I got it right. A popular man here in Northeast Nebraska. He's been getting stopped at least 20 times before I was actually able to grab him for an interview. What does it mean just to be here, just to get the recognition and the Lifetime Achievement Award from all these people here in Northeast Nebraska today?
Well, it's truly emotional. I'm kind of that way, but I can't ever say thanks enough. All the kids I got to coach, teach, officiate, parents I got to know. I don't have the words. I'm not smart enough. I just caught a blessing. Really caught a blessing to work with youth and give a hoot about them and try to carry them on to the next level.
And Rich, you were on the founding board member, and you're the reason why we're all here today, the hundreds of people that have gathered. I see you're getting emotional. Tell me what's going through your head right now.
I don't know why I had the idea. I'd had it for quite a few years, and I wasn't a head coach anywhere. But then when I became head coach at Wayne High, it just hit me in the head. And I actually tried to get it at Wayne State, and it didn't go through. And I was over here in Norfolk one day at Norfolk High doing some things with basketball. and just happened to walk out of the building. Who do I see but Mike Fuhrer, who was working with the Northeast Nebraska Sports Authority or something at that time. It just hit me. That's where I go to get started. And then got Coach Beller on, of course, and then Coach Olson, and then Norfolk High, Norfolk Catholic joined in, and it just blew up. And so it's been a great thing. A lot of people are involved.
Well, Coach, congratulations. Can't think of another man more willing of this award than yourself. Thank you so much.
Thanks for overrating me. I appreciate it, Andy. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks, you guys.
We'll have more sports coming up here on NCN Sports Now.
One of the true good guys, truly, Rich Rethwish. I mentioned Mike Fuhrer as well. Mike Fuhrer is another big reason that this game started. Those two kind of concocted this. Mike Fuhrer, the initial director of the Northeast Nebraska Sports Council, and they were the two who kind of cooked this idea together. Look, the fact that this stadium and the upgrades were voted on and approved by the voters over a decade ago, all those things just kind of came together at once. It was meant to be, and now here we are 13 years later, still playing football.
Certainly an awesome thing, and enjoy this every June. I see Coach Rethwish being very humble. Just think of how many lives he's touched throughout the years, and it's kind of mind-boggling. I think if you're a guy like him and you actually think about it, he has touched a ton of people's lives.
2nd down and 7. Here's Valverde. Oh, if he gets a block, he could spring it. There goes Keenan Valverde down the sideline, tracked down from behind by Hudson. But Keenan Valverde doesn't take much. Once he gets into the open field, he's able to get it going. A little misdirection and a big gain for the red team.
And Keenan Valverde goes from 0 to 60 in a heartbeat here. Watch him just catch that hole. Boy, I tell you what, if he's a step away from scoring a touchdown there, was Hank Hudson that made that tackle on the sidelines. Otherwise, he might have taken that all the way.
Credit Drew Davis with that outstanding lead block for Wayne. 19-yard gain. 1st and 10 now from the 42. The Red trying to answer. They've given up 21 unanswered. Sudbeck back in at quarterback. There's that double handoff. It's Sudbeck again to the far side, but the white team not going anywhere. Dylan Licking. Well, you could have just brought the entire Elgin Public Pope John defense today. I think you'd have done fine. Loss of 3 at 2nd and 13.
I think they did. The entire guys have been everywhere today. That's the second time they've ran that double handoff, and the second time that I think Licking is the one that came and made the play.
He and Blake Henn, they do defensive players of the game. It might come down to teammates for the white team. 2nd down and 13 after that loss of 3. Riley Sudbeck back in at quarterback, the Hartington Newcastle Wildcat grad. Shaking off a defender, can't shake off the second wave, brought down for the sack. Back at the 30-yard line. That's Connor Kreitkemeyer of Howells Dodge finishing him off. Loss of 7. White going the wrong direction.
Yeah, watch the initial pressure. I think that was Jackson Mazik there from Norfolk High. Flushed him out of the pocket. And then again, cavalry comes. It's just a great job. Been impressed with both these units defensively of how many guys get to the football.
So now 3rd down and 20, all the way back at the 32-yard line. Sudbeck will be alone in the backfield. 3 receivers to the right. Clayton Carney, Carson Weisler, and then 2 to the near side. So 5 wide on 3rd and long. Sudbeck over the middle, short-armed it, trying to get it to Weisler, who was open. And it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Weisler was open. Ball just thrown a little too low. Weisler went down trying to make that catch, just not able to come up with it. Now 4th and 20. I'm going to go ahead and say they're going to punt here.
Probably going to punt it here, yeah. Weisler, by the way, played in Why Not Blue Devils. We got a chance to see them in the postseason. Class D2 runners-up this year. What a year they had. 4 teams. Now, technically 5. There's no one from Winnebago here today, but they made the championship game of the All-Nations Conference that they play in. 5 teams that played in a state championship game represented in the Northeast Nebraska All-Star coverage area. That is remarkable.
Yeah. Was that the that miserable weather game that we?
Oh boy, yeah, that why not? That why not? We just got word from the truck. Yes, that was the miserable weather game. That was a rough one. I think we were down to like half a camera by the end of it.
Yeah.
Just rain and cold.
I just remember the trees blowing, violently the entire game as the wind ravaged our cameras.
1st and 10, White with great field position. Bit of a low snap. Fogelman trying to freelance. Tall. Almost caught, almost intercepted. Ends up incomplete. Tried to get it to Hilly. Ziegler was there. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Spencer Hilly almost made a one-handed catch. A lot of almost there. That was a good effort, though, by Hilly to go up.
2nd and 10.
Watch this. Grabbing it one-handed there.
That'll be 2nd and 10. Boy, Red defense needs a stop.
Yeah, for sure.
White offense has been rolling.
Big possession, really, for both these teams.
Hilly in motion. Snap a bit mishandled. They option to the left. Borer somehow stays on his feet. It'll go for a loss, but he didn't go down easy. It'll be 3rd and long. The play finished off by a number of players, including Hunter Hikas from Tri-County Northeast.
The snap was low, and that kind of set the tone for that play. Defense, good pressure. And Borer, still a couple-yard loss, but could have been a 4 or 5 yard loss. He only was a couple yard loss.
He makes the defense earn it, that's for sure. 3rd and 13. Hilly and Dawson Hanson split wide to the right. Wynant of Battle Creek now in motion as a tight end. Fogelman on the rollout, throwing back across the grain to Hanson. What a tackle in the open field by Taney to prevent the 1st down yardage.
Wow, that's a great hit. Well, first of all, that was a heck of a pass there. I like what Fogelman did there. He just kind of looked off the receiver. Watch him kind of looking downfield, and he comes across there. That's a dangerous pass in the middle of the field. But he kind of looked off the defense there and then threw into the middle of the defense, and that would have been a 1st down if not for the great play by Taney.
All right, so punt formation is on. They've got Zizweda on there to punt. Wiley Ziegler is back deep, but it's 4th and 3. I'd say be ready for anything here.
Yeah.
We got all kinds of players running on late. I don't know that anybody knows what's about to happen. Line of scrimmage, the 48 of the red team. Zizweda will punt it away. Ziegler will field it at the 3. That's confidence. Bounces to the outside, gets across the 10. That's an 8-yard return of a 45-yard punt. And the red team will have it 1st and 10.
Well, first of all, we earlier mentioned Zizweda as a intimidating kicker. Those two words have never been used together.
Right,
I don't think ever. But got a guy like Ziegler there that would fill the ball like that. He's one of those guys that you're okay with it because he's such a playmaker. He'll take chances that other guys won't, but he usually makes something big out of it.
So 1st and 10 for the red team. Down 14, late stages, 3rd quarter. Jansen back in at quarterback, 5 receivers split wide. Jansen makes his decision, tipped at the line of scrimmage. Was trying to get it to Weisler on a post. It's 2nd down.
Looks like Red's going to think about opening it up there. Five wide there on that pass play.
Didn't see who it was that got the hand up, but I think it had its trajectory altered at the line of scrimmage. So now 2nd and 10. That's twice Weisler's been able to find himself open. They haven't been able to get it to him. He was a really good receiver for Wynot. 2,300 yards, 34 receiving touchdowns over his career. He'll be playing in the 8-man All-Star game next week out in Hastings. 2nd down and 10. Jansen, hands off, Valverde. Stretch play, can't stretch it too far. It'll be 3rd and long. Got about a yard, maybe 2.
Well, Red's got to find something offensively as we tick away here heading toward the 4th quarter. Just have not been able to have those big plays. Need something like we saw there in that first half with that touchdown pass to Tate Collison.
Valverde 61 yards on 13 carries. 3rd down and 9. Weisler back in. He split wide to the right. Clayton Carney in the slot on 3rd and 9. Jansen, too tall for everybody. That was well covered. He was thinking Tate Collison, but Dylan Higbee of Clarkson Lee was there with the coverage, and it'll be 4th down. The white team stalls.
Well, they don't get anything offensively. Honestly, that pass by Jansen was probably a good one because it went out of bounds. Because if he tries to force it in there, it likely gets picked. Even though you wanted to pick up that 1st down, you don't want to have a big turnover here that leads to points. It makes a comeback very, very difficult.
So Sudbeck on to punt it away. Borer back deep. This will be good field position for the white team again. Borer lets it bounce, takes a weird roll. He's just going to have to let it die at the 48-yard line. 35-yard punt, no return, but again, half a football field for the white team, up 2 touchdowns.
Now it's been played on the white side here since that end of that first quarter. Again, White did not have first few possessions. They were behind the 15-yard line, but now, as you see, 48-yard line, great field position to work with that 2-touchdown lead.
Twin receivers to the right again, 1st and 10 from the 48. Fogelman on play action. Wants to swing it to Borer. Red team ready. Oh my, what a stiff arm. Borer's going to lose yardage. Michael Dickens ends up finishing the play off, but he's going to remember that one for another reason. Ends up going for a loss of 5, but Parker Borer, again, he makes you earn it.
Yeah. Parker Borer is the only guy I know that can take a 5-yard loss and turn it into something entertaining like that.
5 different white team players have caught a ball today. 2nd and 15 after that loss of 5. Option, Fogelman keeps. Has some room. Slipped across midfield as he tried to make his cut. Still a solid gain. Out across the original line of scrimmage to the 45. And it'll be 3rd down, about 7.
That was the old infamous turf monster tackle there. Just kind of leaning forward, tried to make the cut and lost his balance. But a really nice gain to pick up at least a reasonable 3rd down and 7.
Fogelman and Borer in the backfield as they have been all day today. Another option. It's Borer with some room. Can he turn upfield? He cannot. That's great open field tackling. Garrett Schultz would not let go. All 541-60 of them just won the one-on-one battle there. It's 4th down.
Yeah, tough young man. We talked about him earlier, only 5'4", but he's not afraid to stick his nose in there. Love guys like that with that big heart. Despite a lack of size, he is a good football player, and now it's probably the end of the, we're going to see it again here, probably the end of the 3rd quarter.
Take a look here. This is the open field tackling of a state runner-up in wrestling right there. He would not let go. I think he's still holding on to his leg. We reach the end of the 3rd quarter. 4th down next. White team in control. It's 21-7. You're watching the Northeast Nebraska All-Star Football Classic on News Channel Nebraska.
One thing about working, we've always had employers that took care of all the health care for us. Navigating that was kind of scary, unknown.
We tried to do it on our own, but weren't too confident with, was this really what we should be doing? Sarah is a very welcoming, warm person, and we really enjoy working with her. We laugh, we giggle.
She presented several scenarios, kind of took over where the employer left off.
See, it's all on who you can trust, right, hon?
Yes, dear.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The yellow jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people, we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
Getting set for the start of the 4th quarter here alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay. Andrew Pfeiffer on the sidelines, 21-7. White team leading the red. Red scored first. It's been all white since. And now a big fourth down here. White keeping the offense on the field. Trying to put this game away. Fogelman on the option. Will throw. Pressured late. Good escape. Gonna lob it late over the top. What a catch in traffic. Blake Borchers of Battle Creek does it again.
Wow.
His second, but a flag is down. Is it all for naught? We'll get the call from Stephen Hankla as we watch it again. We've got an ineligible receiver downfield on the white team, as often happens in plays that take that long to develop. Oh, what a catch by Borchers, unfortunately. And what a throw, again, by Fogelman on the run.
He was pressured right away by Carson Albers and got away from him, able to scramble, and then what a pass play. But you're right, Eric, when you have plays that break down, it's not unusual to have guys go downfield, and that's what happened there, and eliminated a heck of a play for the white team.
So now punt team is on. So it's waited to punt it away for the white. Ziegler back deep for the red. Good leg into that one. Ziegler will let it bounce. Rolls across the 10 and will be down at the 9-yard line. 38-yard punt, no return. You know, Sam Zazueta, really good lineman, good D lineman, remarkable track athlete. He's going to be throwing at Wayne State, but he's a really good punter and kicker, too.
Yeah.
He was the kicker in the Shrine Bowl last week.
And Coach Masters might want to take a look at him for not only for kicking, but for line play, too.
Official line of scrimmage, the 10-yard line. All right, so if you're the red team, got to score in a hurry.
Yeah, you need something on this drive. If you're the white team, you certainly want it 3 and out if you can get it. But if red team does score, you want them to burn a lot of clock.
Sudbeck back in at quarterback. Pumps, fires, wants Taylor over the top. Great coverage. Incomplete. He was looking again for Dylan Taylor from Laurel Concord Coleridge, but Jesse Steffen from GACC all over it. It'll be second down.
That's a lonely spot out there, being cornerback one-on-one, man-to-man coverage. Steffen did a great job.
The guy like Dylan Taylor, known as a quarterback, he was Laurel Concord Coleridge's quarterback over the last couple of years. 23 touchdown passes of his own, working as a receiver here today. He'll be playing football at Mount Marty, likely as a receiver. On second down, they go slant over the middle. That's well timed. First down, first catch of the day for Clayton Carney. Norfolk Catholic moves the sticks after a gain of 11.
Carney was one of those sure-handed receivers for the Norfolk Catholic team. We mentioned Carter Jansen and his ability to throw the football. That, you know, Norfolk Catholic, Coach Beller likes to run the football, but boy, are they dangerous when they got good, passing quarterback and guys that can catch the football. They do so many things well, and Carney was one of the reasons. Really good hands out there at that receiver spot.
He caught 13 balls this season. 5 of them were for touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's a good percentage. From the 22, Sudbeck with time. Well covered, though, downfield. He's just got to throw it away. There was nobody open. And it'll be second and 10.
Yeah, smart play. Just get rid of it. Live for another down.
Sudbeck has played a lot of smart quarterback at Hardington Newcastle. He started so many games for them. 51 touchdown passes over his career.
That is crazy.
Pretty good with his legs, too. 1,671 rushing yards and 33 rushing touchdowns.
Responsible for 84 touchdowns.
That's absurd, even by 8-man standards.
Yeah, that's like video game numbers.
He's headed to Orange City, Iowa, to play up at Northwestern. They fake the handoff to Valverde. Sudbeck over the top, didn't have it to Collison. Underneath instead, Weisler breaks a tackle. He says, finally, I get a chance to show what I can do. First down yardage for the Why Not Blue Devil.
Weisler, another smaller guy, but a heck of a catch, and another playmaker Boy, yeah, you're right. Weisler's like, about time. Get a chance to make a play, and he does.
Gets 16 there. That's a nice check down option. Somebody like Carson Weisler.
Absolutely it is.
That was good coverage on Collison over the top, but still a first down. Red team moving. Trying to make the comeback. They'll hand off Valverde. Doesn't have a cutback lane, completely shut down. That's Parker Wiedemann. Young man had 233 tackles over his career at Stanton. Capped off a state championship as a senior. Makes the play there at 2nd and 10.
One of the few Stanton guys, as we mentioned earlier, that's moving on.
That offensive line is coming back intact next year. Think about
Yikes.
that. That is frightening. That team they are easily among the favorites in Class D1.
I heard several of the schools went to 6-man in that league.
They might even opt up. 11-man might be easier.
It might be not be so tough.
2nd and 10. Sudback. Oh, man, was he hammered as he hit that pass away. Incomplete. Weisler couldn't haul it in. Great coverage there by Nate Decker of Elkhorn Valley. But speaking of Decker, Riley Sudbeck took a shot here from Hank Hudson. He's okay, but it'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, you got to be careful throwing at Nate Decker. He has 11 interceptions in his career.
For that Elkhorn Valley team.
Real nose for the football.
Really improved squad the last couple of years. They were a quarterfinalist in Class D1, finished 8-3. Carney in motion on 3rd and 10. They'll option to him. Trying to cut back, nothing there. Guess who?
I'm going to say Dylan Licking.
Dylan Licking makes the play again. My goodness, he has been everywhere for the white team defensively today. It's 4th down.
Yeah, he's got to be right up there for defensive player of the game because he has made so many plays.
He's got to be double figures in tackles. We don't have a tackle count. Most tackles in this game history is 13 by Jared Jansen of Crofton. He did it for the red team 6 years ago. But Dylan Licking might be close to that.
He's right on there. Got to be.
So 4th down and 8. Red team going to keep the offense on the field. Down 14. Weisler to the left, Carney to the right. Now Carney in motion. They fake to him, pressure coming. Sudbeck avoids it. Going to try to take off. Licking finishes off another play. Sudbeck only gets a yard, and White gets the stop.
Wow.
He might be the most valuable player regardless, offense or defense.
Yeah, try to challenge him here one-on-one. That's not going to work out well for you.
How good has Dylan Licking been for the white team today?
We thought maybe there's more than one Bob Jensen. I think there might be more than one Mr. Licking out there.
Certainly feels like it. So now the white team, boy, they can almost put this one away with a score here.
Yeah.
Great field position starting at the red 39. Read option, Borer, Redwell in the backfield. Borer loses a yard. That's Zach Meyer from Pierce making the stop. 160 tackles over his great career as a linebacker.
Well, the red team's done a lot better job on those option plays. Has slowed this running game down for the white team. And another loss. We've seen several losses here in the last couple of possessions for the white team on those running plays.
So Borer will trot off the field. Wynant from Battle Creek will be in the backfield on 2nd and 11. They fake the handoff to Hupp. Fogelman keeps, tries to cut back, wrapped up, brought down. For a gain of about 5. William Paxton of Stewart making the play, representing 6-man football here today from the Stewart Broncos.
Gotta love it.
They had a great year as well there at Stewart. Quarterfinalists in Class D6 this year. 3rd and about 6. Fogelman will option. Borer has room. Stretching forward, doesn't get there. Boy, the tackling has been phenomenal today.
It really has.
There have not been a lot of broken tackles at all. That time, it was Wiley Ziegler finishing off the play. It'll be 4th down and about 3.
You mentioned 6-man making its way into this ball game. You know, I've always said if you can play, you can play.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. Or as my coach has said, if you can't play, sit down.
Right. Well, I remember the 2019 game. One of the best defensive players, Ty Martinson of Riverside, they were 6-man at that time. Oh, wow. White's going to attempt this field goal. This is a 49-yarder. They're trying to get Sam Zazweta into the record books here.
He's got enough leg. We'll see if he gets the accuracy on this.
Devin Roth of Pierce hit a 46-yarder in this game. Has the distance, but pulled left. No good, and the red team gets the stop. So halfway home, 4th quarter, the red team still breathing. A good defensive stop there. Hey, folks, stick around after the game. We'll talk to all 4 of our players of the game. Those interviews brought to you by Sarpy County Tourism. So back to the 20-yard line.
You got 6 minutes and 4 seconds if you're the red team. Now
Yep.
Now you've got to score pretty darn quickly. You've got to take some chances here.
Sudbeck in at quarterback. Taylor and Carney split wide as receivers. Sudbeck looking for Collison. Out to the 25-yard line, gets about 5. They'll have to hurry to the line. It'll be 2nd down.
I think that was Luking again.
Higbee was in on the stop as well, so 2nd and 5. That's Collison's 4th reception today.
And if you're the white team, you're going to give up some of those underneath passes. Keep that ball in the field of play and keep that clock running.
2nd and 5. Carney now back in at quarterback. Facing pressure from the outside. It's picked up. That's caught by Carney. Boy, you can tell they're teammates, right? Carney made that adjustment in midair and moves the sticks out to the 36.
Yeah, Jansen and Carney. Norfolk Catholic, again, they run the ball a lot, and when they throw, kind of like E.F. Hutton, when they throw, everybody listens, right? I don't know if that made any sense or not. But anyway, but good things happen was my point, and you saw these two, how well they work together, Jansen and Carney.
Sudbeck back in at quarterback. He's got the keeper. He's got some room. Brought down shy of 1st down yardage. It's a solid gain, but the clock keeps running. Maverick Hegeman of Elkhorn Valley making the stop. That's a gain of 9. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, it's a matter of keeping the chains moving now and try to get yourself in a chance to make a big play before that clock ticks away. Give yourself, you try to get the football back.
Sudbeck finds Weisler. Set down in the zone, gets himself a 1st down into white territory at the 42. That's a gain of 12 and another 1st down.
This red team has good receivers, and you certainly have some ability there at the quarterback, but no matter who's in there, to throw the football.
Yeah, if they can get a score without burning a timeout, they'll have done something pretty good here. Sudbeck finding some room. Clock will keep ticking. Luking makes tackle, I don't know, number 38 or something, feels like. Brought down to the 32-yard line, just shy of 1st down yardage. Red quickly to the line. Sudbeck to the air. There's Weisler again, setting down. Well, he reads the defense well. Weisler got to the 20. That's a gain of 11. And another 1st down. Good, efficient drive by the red team here.
This is in a regular game. If you're the white team, you might sense some pressure to try to disrupt the quarterback's rhythm. Can't blitz here. You got to try to beat your man and try to get to Sudbeck.
Inside of 4 minutes to go. Sudbeck will keep. Doesn't get much that time. Nice play to bring it down from behind by Connor Kreikemeyer. And red team will burn their 1st time out. We'll take one as well 3:42 to go. Red trying to complete the comeback. You're watching the Northeast Nebraska All-Star Football Classic on NCN.
Storefronts, pop-up shops, food trucks, and digital retail. The way we do business is ever changing, and so are we. Madison County Bank's business lending team is constantly evolving to support and provide new information to our business and commercial customers. We understand that your business is truly unique. We are ready to find the business banking services that fit your needs best. Madison County Bank, here to help you grow.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Does your business need help financing big-ticket items? Currency is here to help. Visit gocurrency.com for details. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health System. Affordable, accessible, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
Two timeouts left for the Red. 7 lead for the white team over the Red. It's Nebraska All-Star Football Classic. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. The white team had won 4 straight, and the Red won last year. The white trying to start a new streak of their own, and now we got a flag before the play. That was from the back judge. And we have an illegal substitution on the white team. So the red team gets 5 free yards. It'll be 2nd and 3 down to the 13-yard line.
Well, the red team is set up here, but you've got to execute. 3:42 to go. You still have those 2 timeouts. You're down 2 scores. Obviously, the quicker you score, the better. But you have to find the end zone here.
Sudbeck didn't have it left side, wants it right side. Weisler can't haul it in. It'll be 3rd down. Good coverage there on the white team. I believe that was Lincoln Benny of Oakland Craig in coverage. Benny had 7 interceptions in his career for Coach Joe Anderson. He'll be playing football at Briar Cliff. So 3rd down 3 for the red team.
A lot of those small schools in the area going to reap the benefits of the talent in this area. Maybe a run-pass option on this play?
Yeah, potentially. Sudbeck can get it done with his legs. You've got Valverde in there as well. 3rd down and 3 from the 13. They'll give it to Valverde, see what he can do. Inside the 10, got the 1st down. I like that, knowing you're going to go for it on 4th down. Just let maybe the best running back in the area do what he does, and that's get 1st down yardage on a gain of 7.
Yeah, watch him side to side. He's got those quick feet. Moves side to side laterally very well. Picks up that 1st down.
With Valverde and Borer, in terms of starting tailbacks, that's about the best tandem of starting tailbacks this game has seen in a long time. 1st and goal from the 6. Sudbeck tipped. Almost intercepted
touchdown.
And then caught. They mark him short of the end zone. Tip drill catch by Collison at the 1.
Collison has made 2 great catches into this game. Looks like an interception. Somehow it gets tipped up, and I thought he got it in there, but that replay, great replay by our camera people, that showed he was just short. Wow, what a catch.
So they mark it about the 1.5. 2nd and goal, clock ticking. I formation behind Sudbeck. He'll take it straight ahead himself. No signal yet. He's short. Did not get there. It's 3rd and goal.
Boy, that's a big stop there.
Yeah.
The clock's ticking away.
How about the play on the inside there? That was Landon Redding of Lions Decatur Northeast leading the charge. Now 3rd and goal. Reds got to hurry. Clock down to 2:13. They try it again. Sudbeck. Straight ahead, pushing, fighting, didn't get there.
Wow.
Oh, the white team bowing up. Trent Paetzel of Boone Central led the charge.
Well, it's a matter of time before Trent Paetzel's name gets mentioned. 6'7", 260 pounds, the biggest guy out there today. And that's a big, big stop.
There you see the pile. Can't get past him. Just too much strength on the inside, and the red team's got to burn a timeout. They've only got one timeout left now, and it is 4th and goal. This is your ball game here.
Yeah, that's big for three reasons. Obviously, you stopped them from scoring. That's big. But you also forced them to call a timeout, and it's also 4th down. So you've only got one more play. You don't score on this down, it's over.
So 4th and goal inside the 1-yard line. After that incredible play by Collison, that ended up just shy of the end zone.
Maybe get Valverde off tackle here. Out in space, because they're having trouble running at this white defense.
They've got an I formation, I think, behind Sudbeck. Collison is in the backfield as well. So an I formation behind Sudbeck. You've got Collison, Valverde, the deep back. Valverde's got to get the ball here, right?
You sure think so?
No, they're going to go Sudbeck straight ahead, and he's in. 3rd time's the charm.
Got it.
Riley Sudbeck gets in, and the red team is within a score.
Well, better late than never, and that was 4th down. It was late, but they got it. Now you're only down that, pending the extra point, only down 7 points if the extra point's good.
Valverde will kick the extra point. White will hold. Kick is up, and it is good. Well, here we go. If you're the red team, as you sit down 21-14 on the Faith Regional Health Services scoreboard, do you onside kick it here? You've only got one timeout. I suppose you probably have to, right?
Yeah, I think you have to, because there's not enough time left to kick it to the white team with only one timeout left. I think you're going to have to do an onside kick here, so that's going to kind of decide the ball game. If the red team can come up with an onside kick, they'd have a chance to tie this ball game, maybe win it with a 2-point conversion. If not, with only 1:52 to go and only one timeout left, you figure the white team will have a great chance to run the clock out.
Well, what a game this has been. And again, it could be the 7th version of this game decided by one score. This has been such a fun game over the years to cover. And now the red team, Keenan Valverde, is lined up. Hans Crew is out there for the white team. It's all receivers, tight ends, and running backs out there for the white team.
The sure hands team.
So Valverde will try to kick it. Need to recover it here. Need it to go 10 yards. It does. Beautifully done by the white team. Blake Borchers, he's been sure-handed today. He's made 2 incredible catches. And the Battle Creek Brave may have just sealed this game up.
1:52 to go with that one timeout. I think the white team would need to get a first down to ice the game, but they can certainly run this down deep, and to where red would only have, a few seconds if they do get the football back.
So the white team historically has won 6 of these matchups. The red team has won 4. The white team trying to go 7-4. Again, the game was not played in 2020. The red team won the first 2. Since then, the white team has won all but 2. Bohr trying to add to his rushing total today. Curls upfield for about 5.
That's a really good first down run. You picked up 5 yards. You kind of ran that play to the sidelines, which ran some clock, and then you stayed in bounds. Most importantly, you want to keep that clock running. A first down here ices the ball game.
Parker Bohr's 28th carry. For 117 yards today. Workmanlike.
Yeah.
has a touchdown to his credit as well. If you're wondering, the most carries ever in this game, 34 by Noah Scott of Randolph. Borer bouncing, stays inside, gets a couple.
Now the timeout comes.
And the red team will burn that last timeout now that it's third down. So there's potential they could touch the ball one more time.
Timeout on the field.
Yeah, we'll see what happens on third down. Certainly if the white team picks up that first down, the ball game's over. If you get it to where you're half a yard or yard away, would guess if you're the white team, you go for it to try to end the ball game. The other thing you could do certainly would be to punt the ball and force the red team to go like 80, 90 yards with no timeouts.
Well, regardless of what happens, congratulations to all these athletes, many of whom you've seen on News Channel Nebraska over the years. They've all been pleasures to cover. We've interviewed. Lou, you've interviewed a ton of these guys down there. You had guys at the dinner last night calling their shots with you last night.
Yeah.
People that are saying they were going to have pick sixes today.
Yep.
They want to be interviewed by Lou Siefker. That's the bottom line.
Well, that's kind of every athlete's dream.
3rd and 3. Borer tries to bounce, brought down backfield, so the red team will get the ball back. Meyer makes the stop. There's not going to be a ton of time on the clock.
Now the clock is stopping.
Did the red team still have a timeout?
They must have had two. Because the board says 0 before that timeout.
So apparently the red had 2 timeouts.
Yeah, that certainly changes things.
Yeah. So now the red team will get the ball back. No timeouts, 56 seconds. You've seen a lot of good coffin corner type punts. Sam Zizwet has been very good at placing the ball. If you're the red team to even send someone back, they will send Ziegler back, but I imagine they'll bring the house as much as they can.
If you're Zezweta, you don't want to kick the ball to Wiley. You want to kick it toward the sideline, get it out of bounds, pick up about 20, 30 yards of field position, and force the red team to go a long way.
Zezweta almost blocked. Ziegler from the 11. Ziegler trying to find some room out across the 20. That's the problem. It's 11 sure-handed tacklers out there, not allowed a lot of room. Ziegler able to get 13, gets to the 24, 45 seconds, no timeouts. Here we go.
Well, Ziegler did his job in that he fielded the punt and he picked up some field position. Still a long way to go for the red, but last time they had the football. Nice passing game, moved the ball down the field and got that touchdown.
So 1st and 10 from the 25. It's Sudbeck in at quarterback. The white team only had 11 guys, or only 10 guys on the field. They sent one out late. Too tall, intercepted. Picked off, that's going to do it. Tipped into the arms of Lincoln Benny. He almost had one earlier. He gets it there, and that's going to wrap it up.
And guess who tipped that football?
Dylan Luking.
Oh, my goodness.
Unbelievable. What a game that young man has had.
Been everywhere.
So Benny gets the interception.
So Lincoln Benny's interception ices this ball game. The white team is going to win again.
And it will once again be a one-score game unless something really weird happens over the next 38 seconds. Victory formation. For guys like James Fogelman and Parker Borer, you got Mitchell Hupp in the backfield as well. All they do is get used to playing in victory formation.
Yeah, they do that a lot. You're right.
Unbeaten players remain unbeaten, and that one will do it. What a game. Congratulations to the athletes on both sides of this one. But the white team gets revenge. They're back on top. The final score, 21-14. The white team beats the red in this edition of the Northeast Nebraska All-Star Football Classic. Post-game show coming up. You're watching NCN.
Let your next adventure take flight in Sarpy County, Nebraska for some high-flying fun. Legendary Family Adventures. Out of this world shopping. Star-studded evenings and award-winning experiences. Our flights are never canceled. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com.
My name is Cameron Krejci, and at Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, there really is a difference. I chose to work at Elkhorn Valley Bank because it's a local community bank here in Yankton, and that's where I'm from. I feel like they give a lot to the community, whether that's building up the community through lending or giving is why I decided to work here. The most rewarding part of my job at Elkhorn Valley Bank would probably be putting customers in a better situation today than they were yesterday. Elkhorn Valley Bank, great for you, great for your community.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Ready to make the next move in your marketing? Flood Communications has you covered. We know there's no one-size-fits-all solution, so we work with you to craft a customized marketing campaign that leverages our statewide reach on our radio, television, and digital platforms. Our creative team works with you to make content that stands out, then creates unique strategies to make you stand out. TV and radio ads? Simple. Website management? Done. Social media? No problem. Digital ad targeting? Easy. Make your next move in marketing with Flood Communications.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
If joint pain, injuries, or other orthopedic conditions are holding you back from participating in activities with your loved ones, turn to Faith Regional Physician Services. Our orthopedic providers understand how important doing the things you love most is, which is why we offer both surgical and non-surgical treatment options to get you back to living your fullest life possible. With specialists in foot and ankle, hand, wrist and elbow, and hip, knee, and shoulder, we have experts that utilize innovative technology and techniques to help you play more with your pup, enjoy a friendly game with your kids, or spend time outside with your grandkids. Don't let joint pain and injuries keep you from enjoying an active, pain-free life with your loved ones. Faith Regional Physician Services Orthopedics. Compassionate orthopedic care to keep you doing what you love most.
Community means something different to everyone. But for me, it means cheering on those around you during the good times and helping them out during the tough times. I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I've been blessed with the support of my friends, family, coaches, and community throughout my life. When looking for a bank to call home, it was easy to choose Midwest Bank. I never feel like just another customer, and they're proud to support their communities. They love what they do, and it shows. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Salas weaving in, weaving out, and skying for...
Hey sports fans, looking for a convenient pit stop before or after the game? Look no further than Good To Go convenience stores. We're here to keep you going. Fuel up your tank with a refreshing drink and grab one more snack for the road. Good To Go, your winning play for game day.
Biggs. And hey, I can dunk it too.
Good To Go convenience stores. Fuel up for the game locations in Lincoln, York, Geneva, Bruning, and Hebron.
One thing about working, we've always had employers that took care of all the health care for us. Navigating that was kind of scary, unknown.
We tried to do it on our own, but weren't too confident with, was this really what we should be doing? Sarah is a very welcoming, warm person, and we really enjoy working with her. We laugh, we giggle.
She presented several scenarios, kind of took over where the employer left off.
See, it's all on who you can trust. Right, hon?
Yes, dear.
Back at the Northeast Nebraska All-Star Football Classic, White beats the Red 21-14 alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay. Lou, a game that really was kind of defined by defense. I think we saw really good tackling today.
Yeah.
The White ends up finding some plays offensively, but defensively really impressed by the play of both these squads.
Really impressed with the tackling. I'm impressed with just how many guys were in on plays defensively. They just ran to the football real well. Good football players, obviously, but yeah, this is one of the more impressive, I think, defensive efforts that we've seen since we've been doing this.
All right, let's take a look at our top plays brought to you in part by Currency. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? All you need is Currency. Visit gocurrency.com. 2024 Northeast Nebraska All-Star Football Classic. The Red Team won big last year. The White Team trying to start another win streak after having won 4 in a row prior to last year. Here at Norfolk's Veterans Memorial Field, and the White Team not able to get much going. This was all about defense early on. Carter Jansen, great play on Parker Borer, the Norfolk Catholic linebacker, making the stop. This game was scoreless after one quarter. The offense would start to get it going a little bit in the second quarter, and it would start with the Red Team going to the air. We saw Jansen on defense. Here he is on offense. What a catch. What a pass. That's Tate Collison of Lutheran High Northeast, 58 yards, and the Red Team strikes first. They lead it 7-0. But the White Team's offense took a little while, but they would get it going eventually. Little trick play inside the 5. They hand off to the up back. The direct snap to Hank Hudson of Boone Central, and the White Team ties the game at 7. They would get the ball back less than a minute later and would take advantage, showing some acumen in the passing game of their own. James Fogelman looking deep, picture-perfect pass to Dawson Hanson of Elkhorn Valley. White Team takes the lead 14-7 as we head to the half here at Veterans Memorial Field in Norfolk. More from the White Team in the second half. More on the ground. Parker Borer, young man at over 2,000 yards for Boone Central this year, gets into the end zone there, was the leading carrier for the White Team today, extends the White Team's lead to 21-7. Little backflip for his troubles as well. White Team defense made things tough all day today. The sack of Sudbeck in the backfield by Howells Dodge's Connor Kreikemeyer. The Red Team's offense really sputtering in the second half. Fourth quarter down 14. The Red Team inside the 5. Acrobatic catch by Collison, just short of the end zone, though. Took the Red Team a few tries. They do finally get in the end zone on a quarterback keeper by Sudbeck. But the Red Team down 7. Last chance trying to get back in this game. Final minute. Sudbeck going to the air. And it's going to be picked off. Tipped by Dylan Luking of Elgin Public. Pope John intercepted by Lincoln Benny of Oakland Craig. And that wraps it up. The White Team gets the win. 21-14, the 7th time that this game has been decided by 1 point. The White Team backflipping their way to victory in Norfolk. And those top plays brought to you in part by Elkhorn Valley Bank. For all your banking needs, Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, there is a difference. 4 players of the game, all 4 of them getting set to be interviewed by Andrew Pfeiffer. Those interviews brought to you by Sarpy County Tourism. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com. Andrew Pfeiffer on the sidelines. Take it away.
Well, hi, guys. Thanks for tuning in to the postgame show here on NCN Sports Now. I'm here with our offensive and defensive players on both teams, starting with the Red Team. Offensive player of the game, Keenan Valverde. Keenan, I mean, how long has it been a journey and a process? Now you're putting on the pads one last time at a high school level. Tell me what's going through your head.
It's a lot different. Like, it's amazing to put on the pads the last time, especially playing with Pierce guys. It's a little sad not being able to be able to play with them again. But Champ, Zach Corbin, they're some of the best teammates I've ever had. But it's a little sad to not be able to put the pads on with them again. So.
And you've come absolutely a long way, and it is very exciting coming up in the future. Tell us about your future plans.
Yeah, I'll be going to Dordt University. I'll be playing running back. and yeah, we're gonna win a natty champ there.
Well, Keenan, congratulations, offensive player of the game, Keenan Valverde. Keenan, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll bring on our next player of the game for defense for the red team. We have Mason Widener. Mason, congratulations, and kind of talk me through this week. What has that process been like? I mean, you only had 5 practices to compete, and so obviously you have to get a whole team together with a bunch of people. Some you may know, some you might not. Tell me what that process has been like.
So the first 2 days were just helmets only, and we're just going through mostly the rules and assignments. And then the next 2 days we're hitting, we're competing, and we're trying to gel our offense and our defense together.
And now it all came down to this, and of course you didn't get the job done at the end of the day, but that's all right because it was extremely competitive, only a 1-score game. But now everything's finally over, and I mean, how does it feel to just finally be done with, you know, the high school pads, and what do you have in store for the future?
It was fun to just put on the pads one more time, play some defense with some fun guys. And for my future, I'm just going to college at South Dakota.
What are you studying in South Dakota?
Finance.
Finance. Well, Mason, congratulations on being Defense Player of the Game. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we'll bring on our white team Offensive Player of the Game, James Fogelman. James, congratulations. You got the win today. What attributed to it and what went well for you?
Well, we wanted to run the ball heavy, but we figured that those backers were flying, so we figured we'd pull out some play action, some rollout, and we threw it over top and got a nice touchdown before half.
And obviously, you know, this is one of the last times you'll be putting on pads at the high school level. I mean, describe what's going through your head right now. Is it an emotional moment for you? How are you feeling?
It hasn't really settled in yet, but I'm sure when I take off the pads in the locker room, it'll be a little emotional. But, you know, it was a great time with all these All-Stars. You know, one last time we get to play a fun, good game, and it comes down to the wire, and that's all you could ask for.
And you're going up against players that you've not only have seen before in the regular season, but people that you've known your entire life. And what is it like having all of those people come together and represent the white team here today?
Yeah, it's a blast. I mean, it's great to see what Northeast Nebraska has to show for. You know, all these players, whether it's 8-man or 11-man, even there's a 6-man player on the red team. You know, we all come together and we play football, and it's good football, and I was glad to be a part of it.
Well, congratulations, James, on being our white team offensive player of the game. We'll go ahead with our final interviewer here, defensive player of the game for the white team, Dylan Lukling. Dylan, congratulations being defensive player of the game.
Thank you.
How are you feeling right now?
Feeling good, a little sore.
Little sore? Well, walk me through it. Kind of tell me what was going through your head during the game. I mean, it got a little physical, got a little chippy there, but I mean, you came out with the win at the end of the day. Tell me what you're feeling.
Feeling good for like first drive of the game, missed a pick, and the last play of the game, missed a pick, and really ticked me off the whole game, so I was going pretty hard.
Well, I think it paid off for you, being defensive player of the game now, and I mean, you know, you're finally here, you know, it's all over, the final whistle is already blown, and this is your last game at the high school level in pads. I mean, what's going through your head? It's a pretty emotional moment?
No, I still have the 8-man bowl. Hastings.
Amen, Bull.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's not done quite yet. He's still got a little bit of showtime going on. But tell me what's going on in the future plans for you.
Well, I'm planning on playing football at Doane, majoring in electrical engineering, and then after that, hopefully I'm own my own business one day.
Well, I mean, a tall task ahead of you, but I'm sure you could do it. Congratulations being the white team defensive player of the game, Dylan. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll have more post-game content coming up here on NCN Sports Now. Thank you so much for joining. I'm Andrew Pfeiffer. Eric and Lou, back to you.
All right, thank you. So you'll actually be seeing even more of Dylan Lukling on News Channel Nebraska as we cover Doane football in the fall here on News Channel Nebraska. 4 great young men, Lou, 4 great players of the game.
Yeah, all those guys, you see all of them are going on to play football at the college level. That's one of the reasons that, you know, I think they stood out here. They're just excellent football players. Obviously great kids, as you can tell. And I think Dylan Lukling was probably the overall player of the game. I think he was the disruptor. He you know, maybe he's not going to play receiver, okay, but he's knocking down passes, right? And he made 137 tackles, whatever it was. He was in on every play. He played great, and apparently he's a pretty smart guy. He's going to be an electrical engineer. So, but yeah, all 4 of those guys are awesome kids and going to do great things at the college level.
Hey, folks, big thanks to Dave Stoddard, president of the board of the Northeast Nebraska All-Star Football Classic, for getting us set up with everything here. Big thanks to Cindy Rotter Hansen. She's kind of the real boss, the godmother behind the scenes, making sure all the logistics are taken care of. Did a great job. Thank you so much to everybody for joining us. Of course, Connor Luby in the truck doing a great job, as always. Connor, get your calendar out. We've only got 84 days until the start of the high school football season. August 30th, News Channel Nebraska will be right back on this field as the Columbus Discoverers take on the Panthers of Norfolk. But until then, for my broadcast partner, Lou Siefker, Andrew Pfeiffer on the sidelines, Connor Luby in the truck, and the entire NCN Sports crew, I'm Eric McKay. You've been watching the Northeast Nebraska All-Star Football Classic on News Channel Nebraska.
We now join regular programming on News Channel Nebraska.